What are we doing today? Well, this is Whispered Oracle of Hakurei Shrine. So this is something that was made up on, I'll just read it here. Toho Genzon Mikuji. This is Omikuchi, Fantasy Forge Tellings. Official Toho book released April 1st, 2025. The book features 128 fortune slips written by Zun, illustrated by a variety of prominent Toho artists based on the Windows era cast of characters and created in universe by Reimu. So that's important. That's the important part. So this is like, in a way, this is similar to Perfect Memento and Symposium, and not as much, but also like Strange Creators. So it's like Strange Creators in the sense that it documents every character, but it's more so like it's more so like Aku stuff because it's done in universe. So all of these are written from the perspective of Reimu. So does that mean unreliable narrator? Not exactly, but similar with Aku stuff can't be taken. It's likely official. Most of what she says is probably true, but there's some Akuism going on there. So yeah. So here's the cover. I don't know why, but Zamu's here. You can't really see her because she's off to the side, but for whatever reason, Zamu's on the cover of this. And Sanaya's like over here, and behind her is Byakuren, like extremely faded away. I don't know why Zamu is here. There's no reason. Unless it's because this book is a direct follow-up to Toho 19. So while cleaning up in the aftermath of an incident, Reimu receives a request to start creating fortune slips that record the various residents of Gensokyo. So, that's what's interesting about that is so the plot of this book is it's clean up for an aftermath of an incident. The latest incident was Toho 19, and as we know in Toho 20, the events of the game, though we don't know much, we do know that past incidents are involved in some capacity to that game. So it's possible that this book is an in-between to that. Who knows? We'll know soon, actually, because the game Toho 20 will be out 2 months from now, roughly, I think. All right, cool. So we got a couple things. So all of them are translated except the afterword and the guide. So here's the foreword. Fortune as ropes twist together. Proverb. Cool. Threads of good fortune, a domain of the quantum world. Misfortune needing to bring grief, nor is good fortune to be celebrate. Yes. So here's your guide. So I have no idea what this is because I can't read. But I think it's telling you ways to like draw your fortune. So you can use a coin for your fortune. You could use a dice. Simple and blunt method. Just pick one from random. So I'm gonna read them in order, but just for fun, let's just do a random number generator between 128 and just pick one. All right. Okay. We're just gonna generate a random number, and we're gonna pick that one to start with, and then we're just gonna go in order. 18. My fortune slip is 18. Who's 18? Dayose. Oh. Well, actually, she's the second. She's page 18. She's number 2. Number 18 is Yuyuko. Okay. I got it. I read the wrong thing. Yuyuko. Here you go. So I'll get you the image. Don't worry. We'll take a look at the image afterwards when we read it. Number 18, prospective great fortune goes to sings in flowers and dances in snow. Yuyuko Saiyoji, capable of manipulating death. It's actually rather comfortable. You're asking what's wrong? I'm hungry. Was this a haiku? Fortune, peace itself, undisturbed by anything. Before long, your fortunes will rise. Work, simple work would be auspicious. There would be too much work, and it would be unmanageable. Business, take the long view. Studies, you will pass your entrance exam. The classics, waka poetry and philosophy would be auspicious. Travel, life is a journey. Marriage, you will find a partner to share a grave with. Health, one of these days you will die a peaceful death. If you live idly, you will regret it. Hobbies, you get bored easily, so it's good to try your hand at anything. You won't grow senile. Okay. Comment from Zum. From her carefree expression, you would not think that she has an unhappy past because she has the power to manipulate death. It's as if she is a Shinigami, is also not helpful in Danmaku battles. Butterflies are said to carry the souls of the deceased. The great number of them that dance around her are exactly that sort of creature. I didn't know that, so that's cool. Alright, well there you go. I am good luck. My streamer is so luck. Here's the image. I have no idea who the artist is. Unfortunately, I can't tell you. There's some I will probably recognize, mind you. There are some I will probably recognize. Her arm bothers me. Her hand is like... Her hand is facing palmward out. You see that? But look where the sleeve, like, goes. Look where the wrist goes, and then look where the arm goes. Am I missing something there? It's like a spaghetti arm. She's got like a spaghetti arm going on there. I don't know about that. It's kind of weird. Good image otherwise, though. You know, looks nice. Nice image, nice image. Alright, so now we're just going to go in order, because keep it simple. Ruma. So I feel like I recognize this artist. It's very, like, very, like, easy to pick out, but I don't know the name of them. Number 1, Misfortune. Yokai who darkens the surroundings. Rumia, capable of manipulating darkness. You hold darkness in your heart. Know that it has already crept within you. Fortune. Even in brightly lit places, it will be difficult to see what is ahead. Truly, darkness lies one step ahead. Health. Limited to sleep. Travel. You will be okay wherever, but only at night. Studies. Only fortunate with mathematics. Missing items? Just give up. Marriage. You'll be alone. Disputes. You'll be in peace since you're alone. Animals. Felines, which have good night vision, will be surprisingly fond of you. They may try to lick you. Oh. The first one on the list, a yokai whose usual whereabouts and activities are unknown. If you manage to pull her, a character who is barely related to the story, then you are probably holding some darkness in your heart. Her setting would have made her highly compatible with vampires, so it's a shame that she doesn't really have any chance to shine. Damn, if only you, the creator of the entire series, could do something about that. You know, just a thought. When the fucking creator laments about the character's underrepresentation, do something about it! Alright, look at this spooky girl. Holy shit. Oh, she's got little pom-poms on her wrists, like, that match her tie. She's got hella sharp teeth, bottom row, massive fucking eyes. Wow. She's kind of scary. She's kind of scary. It was very good. Look at her big old eyes, though. Oh my god. I feel like the dude who drew this is probably good at horror, just based on the expression alone. The expression is very, inhuman, but it also works on a human. But it's definitely pretty scary. Alright. Alright, let's go to the next one. Dayose. I recognize that art, I think. I'll have to get a closer look. Number 2, Slight Fortune. The fairy found in the mist, Dayose, name unknown, capable of swimming through mist. Yeah, nobody knows what that means, but everybody popped off because it's like, holy shit, Dayose has an ability now. What is it? She swims through mist. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's an ability she has. Holy shit. Don't worry about the lack of a name. It makes things more amazing that way. Fortune. Nothing of significance will happen. It's neither good nor bad. Business. Same as usual. Respecting nature will improve your luck. Studies. Don't get your hopes too high. Health. Impeccable. Love. Your love will be empty-headed. Home. Be wary of mold. Make sure to dehumidify frequently. Travel. No matter where you go, you won't be able to see the scenery. People. You'll make similar-minded friends and have lots of fun. Lost items. You've lost your name. You won't find it back. She debuted just as a mid-boss mob character, but since the amount of appearing characters was already low to begin with, she eventually became recognized as a full-fledged character. From then on, even when there was no dialogue, names and settings for mid-boss characters have been prepared. Wait, what? From then on, even when there's no dialogue, names and settings for mid-boss characters have been prepared. Also, portrait art for Daiose and Kwakama do exist. Okay, that's... So, I'm pretty sure there was mention of that before with the EoSD exhibit. That they didn't allow photos. But I guess Zun has portrait art for these characters. And we've never really seen them. They're not available to the public. But he does have... he has sprite works for them, as we know. But yeah, portrait art. Zun portrait arts. You know who doesn't have a portrait art? Lily. Lily doesn't have a portrait art. But apparently Dai and Kwakama do. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Lily has a spell card and doesn't have a portrait art. Alright, here's Daiose. Yeah, I feel like I've seen this artist before. Specifically. It's very Mystia-esque wings. Very feathered. I don't remember her wings being that feathered. The style of the base of the wing is very accurate. But I thought her wings were like smoother. I can't remember now. I feel like Mystia wings. Yeah, flowy, nice. Looks good. It's got a big ol' head. Big ol' head. That's the big fairy. Number 3, Cherno. Strongest misfortune. A pun pronounced the same as strongest, but spelled with the kanji for misfortune, making it literally most misfortunate. Okay. Okay. Really hot ice fairy. Cherno, capable of manipulating ice. You pulled me, you're super lucky, you're the strongest. Fortune, wild ups and downs make for restless days. Depending on your attitude, you might just become the strongest. Health, even if you catch a cold, you won't notice, so you're fine. Business, can't do math, so no good. Studies, proudly stupid. Travels, you'll enjoy it and might not make it back. Lost items, you'll forget you even lost something. Love, there are good signs, but you won't notice them. Disputes, a daily occurrence. Family, bright and fun, but never peaceful. Moving, you'll forget you even moved. Direction, good luck lies in every direction, but you'll be a nuisance too. As you know, she's the ice fairy. She's a foolish and reckless fairy, but she's been through many scrapes in the series and is steadily becoming the strongest in name and reality. Fairies are embodiments of nature and are fundamentally immortal, so a bit of recklessness is forgivable. Her greatest enemy is global warming, but if it's her, the strongest misfortune, she can surely win. Okay. There's another one. A very familiar art style. But I don't know. I do not see. It's got feet. Bare feet, little snowman. Anything missing? I don't think so, no. She's got the ice chunk wings. That's interesting. Specifically the chunky wings where it's like the clutter that she had in early games. Interestingly, she's got a ribbon tied around her waist. That's a new one, actually. Everything else is pretty accurate to Cherno. You can't see the colors, so you can't debate that. But yeah, that's neat. I like I prefer the easier, simpler wings where it's just 6 individual crystals. But Cherno's wings originally were just clusters of ice in the form of a wing. And it's cool that it's paying homage to that. It's nice. Alright. Mei-ling. Normal. The Gatekeeper. Capable of using ki. Being a gatekeeper is kind of pointless. After all, everyone just comes in from the sky. She is really correct. She is really correct about that. Fortune, things won't change much no matter what you do. Not for better, nor for worse. Business, good fortune comes to those who wait, but you'll get scolded if you sleep on the job. Studies, don't think you can learn while sleeping. Oh great, here we go. Home, guard it well. Travel, people won't look too kindly on it. Hobbies, good luck comes from raising flowers. Plants will never betray you. Love, no progress. Competition, you'll lose. Better not to try. Wishes, the chances are extremely low, but there's a faint trace of a dragon's blessing. Keep dreaming of a dramatic comeback. Okay, so, you know, we took some jabs at Mei-ling sleeping. Classic. I like the raising flowers one because that's a little nod to her being the mansion's gardener. I don't actually know if that's no that is confirmed because that's in the crop circle information. That's why she's the gardener. In Bohemian Archive, I had an article on crop circles, and they keep popping up in the garden and mailings. Like Patchy did it, but mailing's the one who tends the garden. That's where that information originally came from. So yeah, it's cool. I like these writings because they kind of make little references to the characters, different things they do. Granted, calling her, saying she sleep twice, kind of mean. Competition you'll lose. That's true. She's never won a fight in her life. Canon. That wasn't in her head. Debatably for Patchy, I suppose. And the trace of Dragon's Blessing, which is related to the idea that there's something dragon related to her due to her name and her star and everything about her. She's cool. Comment from Zun. Why did the vampires even choose her as their gatekeeper? Scarlet Devil Mansion doesn't really seem like the kind of place that needs one. Rather than being chosen, it feels more like she just moved in on her own. Being a gatekeeper at a place that doesn't really need one might be the perfect relaxed job for someone like her who just wants to take it easy. I mean, I guess. I don't know, I don't like the idea of her just pulling up and being like, I stand here now. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen this artist somewhere before. Very clean. Good pose. No pants. But like, weird anklets. Not even anklets. Dude, Mailing wears pants in like one thing ever. And I just assume it's her natural state. The pants are nicer anyway. I like the bells on her outfit. The dragon motif behind her for the pose. It's pretty good. It looks really good. Shocker, right? Very, very shocking. Oh, it's good. I get to admire the art. We do get to admire the art, which I think is great. A great part of this as well. A lot of different artists. Some familiar, some newer, but there's classic ones like Genji Asai is in there. He's at the cover, obviously. Haniwa Store, who's been around since like 2005. Has been doing stuff for official. That's cool. Alright, Kwakuma. Alright. Oh, that looks like the Rumia artist. Okay. Where am I? Number 5, Prospective Fortune. Demon working in a dusty library. Kawakuma, name unknown, capable of finding the needed book instantly. That's her ability. Her ability is she's a librarian. Please be quiet. I can't hear the whispers of the books. Fortune. The hard work you put in every day will only show everyday results, but even so, you will grow from it. Studies. Now is the time to study. If you work hard every day, you'll achieve mastery. Finding work. Anything related to education is auspicious. Business. Now is not the time to be concerned with making profits. You should be studying hard for the sake of your future. Love. You'll have success at flirting. Health. Poor. Failure to get enough exercise will damage your health. Career promotion. You'll be blessed with a great boss, but getting promoted will be difficult. People. If you try to please everybody, you'll fail. Hobbies. Only reading books. Stories where people die are auspicious. Chat, what does auspicious mean? That word has come up a number of times. Hold on. We need to run the Google. Auspicious. Auspicious.
Auspicious.
Conductive to success or favorable. Oh, okay. It's auspicious doesn't sound like favorable, you know? Auspicious sounds like suspicious. I guess it's supposed to be the opposite of suspicious. I don't know, dude. I don't know, just say favorable, full of promise, bright, proprietress, promising. It's good. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. That's what it is. It doesn't sound like it's a good sign, that's for sure. It sounds a little sussy. Alright, here's her. So yeah, it looks like the Rumia artist. I like so we got the motif on the hem of her skirt. So we got like different symbols that I'm not sure what you call them exactly. The moon, it's not, I don't think it's supposed to be an hourglass, Star of David, but it's different like symbology that you would see kind of thing. I can't think of the word here to explain it. She's got back wings that are on her lower back, closer to her butt. She's got her head wings, and she's got a haircut. Kind of. Kind of got a haircut. Her hair seems pretty medium length. It's not short, it's not long. It's not really a Kwakama of that stature that we know about. But yeah, I like the design on the outfit. It's a nice touch. A little individuality put on there. Oh, I forgot to read the comment, my bad. Like Dio says, she's an unnamed Mibibos. There are many fairies who live and work in the Scarlet Devil Mansion, and she is similar to them. She's called by the nickname Kwakuma, Little Devil, but she is a being of magic similar to Patchouli, and she is something like Patchouli's familiar. The nickname may come from her personality. Her personality is Little Devil. You know, she's mischievous. There's Patchy. That reminds me of Akimaki Yu. The cheating detective dude. Middle Fortune. Witch of knowledge and shade. Patchouli knowledge. Capable of using magic, mainly spirits. The moon is the smallest celestial body because it's the most hated day of the week. This refers to how the days of the week are written in Japanese. Namely, Monday is written as Getsuyobi, containing the same kanji as used in the moon, which is the Suki, which is the sussy, the one. Everybody hates Mondays, that's why. Monday is Moon Day. Wow, doesn't that make sense? Fortune, various things happen on every day of the week. You can skillfully overcome anything that happens. Business, more knowledge means a better chance of success, a wide range of opportunities. Studies, good luck, it's time for a challenge. Money, only one day a week is auspicious. Health, lack of exercise becomes an issue. Sickness, slow recovery, it's best to lie down and sleep. Love, you'll be waiting. There's no guarantee someone will come. Travel. Man, I'm just thinking about that line. You'll be waiting. There's no guarantee someone will come. Patchy ain't going anywhere. Patchy ain't going anywhere. I immediately thought of classic shipping phenomenons with the three witches and how it's always Marissa and Alice, and then Patchy just gets left. She just gets left. There's no guarantee someone will come. Travel. It's a fun idea to travel, but if you actually do it, you'll feel unwell. Hobbies, reading. Reading is the king of taste. So again, all these things are paramount to Patchy's character. A reference to, you know, various days of the week, constantly studying, studying hard stuff. That's kind of what Patchy does. She's always looking to learn more. She has very complex material. Money only, I don't know the money one. Lack of exercise and slow recovery. Yep, that's her anemia. She's very weak. Love, she doesn't leave the library. Travel, which she did in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, where it's something she rarely ever does. And after she did, she didn't really like, you know, she didn't feel very good. So it's cool. There's a lot of ideas. It's really pertaining to the characters. And obviously the hobby one. It's pertaining to the characters in a way that I enjoy. Because she is able to outlive any human, knowledge is no longer the only thing she desires from the vast library. Books contain the thoughts of many people, including their authors, owners, and readers, because that's what people want. You can't just let go of a book after you finish reading. It also makes it hard to convert them to ebooks. What does? What is Zun talking about? You take a page and you put it on... What? What do you mean? Fool? What does that even mean? If I take a book, scan all the pages, I have an ebook. You think it's any different? But physical media, yeah, holding a book versus holding a tablet is different, but like, what are you talking about? The thoughts of many people? So what the fuck are you spouting? What are you spouting, boy? Go back to your AI machine. Go make your fucking AI backgrounds, bitch boy. Anyway, here's Patchy. I don't remember her having ears, 6-pointed star earrings. Her book is like scribbles, and it almost looks like loose leaf with the way the scribbles are. Double layered on the dress. Oh, and it matches Kwakama, actually. Same kind of symbol. She's got 2 layers on. She has stripes. She has stripes. All right, that was a very important thing to take note of. Her outfit has stripes. You can see it. The inner dress has stripes. She has an inner cloth and an outer cloth, but I guess she also doesn't. Wait, what the fuck is going on here? So she's got her inner wear, which is the striped stuff. And she's got the outer wear, which is like the cloak, but then she's also got another like another length of skirt that comes through it and makes her legs really long. Goodness, the long lady. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't remember her having her ears pierced, but well, I know. What do I know? What do I know? Looks pretty good to me, though. I dig it. All right. Sakuya. Sakuya. All right. Okay. Okay. Great fortune, elegant maid that can do anything. Sakuya Izayoi, capable of manipulating time. May I have a moment of your time? Oh no, that was all. She took it. Fortune, work and study will proceed favorably. Your many accumulated problems will resolve. Poor Sakuya. Overworked. Underappreciated. Work. Good luck in all industries. You will not be blessed with subordinates. Studies. Good luck in all academics. You have all the time in the world. So I'm guessing that your fortune is based on the stage boss position or something, or at least roughly. Because Yuyiko is like immaculate fortune, and Sakuya here is great fortune. Unless Remy is like fuck you fortune. I don't know. Maybe there's a pattern here. Studies, good luck in all academics. You have all the time in the world. Health, you will end up overworking yourself. Take a break every once in a while. Love, there's no need to be hasty. You have all the time in the world. You can't just say that, Reimu. Home, staying neat and tidy is auspicious. That's Reimu's favorite fucking word. Auspicious. Money, you will win gambles. Cooking, that's because playing cards. You know, she likes the playing cards, tricks, and, you know, it's just the gamble stuff. Cooking, your skill will improve. Good opportunity to test new ingredients. Tools, pocket watches are good luck. That's a bit on the nose. Carrying around bare knives will get you caught immediately. That's even more on the nose. Okay. Zun. The ability to stop time is one prone to causing all kinds of consistency issues. So in some ways it is difficult to use in a story. At best, I've managed to depict it as a sort of super speed capability. Kind of, yeah. It was Wildhorn Hermit when Reimu was investigating somebody who committed a crime, and she interrogated Sakuya, and Sakuya said that her ability isn't that she stops time, is that she just like speeds up on like a fucking molecular level or whatever she said. She speeds up to a ridiculous degree and just does everything super duper fast, but time doesn't actually stop, which that's stupid. Shut up, Saku. You don't know what you're talking about. It's way cooler when you go Tokiwa Tomare and then bam, everything stops and you just walk around, and it makes no sense, but it's cool. So that's why we like you doing that. And also, you know, you get to be Dio like that as opposed to like fucking just just like a hyperactive dude on caffeine. You remember that episode of Futurama where Fry drinks 100 cups of coffee and he just like goes fucking... You know, everything just slows down. He goes warp speed. That you want me to believe that's what Sakuya does? That's stupid. That's stupid. In actuality, if you were to move at the speeds where time appears to stop, your mass would also end up infinitely large. A maid's ultimate secret may be her weight as time is suspended. Okay. Her ability, yes, she has manipulation over time and space. However, the only time we've really seen space come up is with the whole EoSD stage. And... to be honest with you, once Komachi came out, Sakuya's ability to manipulate space was like, don't worry about that. Here's Komachi. Komachi's ability is the hand from JoJo's Part 4. She can shrink the distance between things. She actually used it in Wildhorn Hermit when she was picking the lock. She picked the lock at Kassen's house. She used her ability to, like, I don't remember what she did exactly, but I know she used her ability. She, like, fucking stretched out the tumbler to an extreme degree and figured it out or something like that. It's been a while, but she did use her ability there. Is it stupid? Yeah. Did it make sense? Not really. Is it cool? Hell yeah. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, baby. Alright, here's Sakuya. Stop staring at me with them big ol' eyes. Dude, I tell ya, when I, like, draw a head and then I draw eyes on it, I'm like, fuck. How do I, like, put these on here? They're, like, they're not... It doesn't work. And I'm looking at this, and it's, like, this face is, like, 70% eye. And it's insane. There's an insane amount of eye real estate on this image. And it's like, it doesn't look wrong. It looks fine. There's no problem with it at all. But then I try it, and it's like, this is ridiculous. This is insane. No human has this much eye. Alright? This eyes are not this big. But they can be! Like, god damn it. I kind of hate how noticeable mistakes in the face are for most of the time. It's just so easy to pick out something wrong with them. It's fucking annoying, especially when the whole face isn't even like done and you're just looking at it in a vacuum and you're like, this is wrong. Alright, anyway, she's got so she's got a tablecloth in her hand for some reason. I don't know why. She's also got a rock and a bunch of knives that kind of look like pop-up pirate knives. She's on a clock motif, classic. What time is it on the clock? I can't see the hour hand. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, all three hands are present. So it looks like... Oh, what's the orientation of the clock? That's the next question. Okay, 12 is behind... Or 1. Or, well... No, that's 1. Yeah, so 12. Okay, so the minute hand is on 11. Minute hand's on 11-ish, like 56. The hour hand is on... Let me see. I'm forgetting my Roman numerals here. Give me a second. I'm forgetting. IV is 4, V is 5, VI is 6, VII is 7. Yeah. So VII is 8. So the second hand is on 8 there. And then the hour hand... I forgot my Roman numerals again. 5? No. V. No, it'll be VI. The hour hands between VI and V. So it'll be 546. 546. And counting. Wait. Not 46. Not 46. 56. 556. Yes. Yes. 556. Yes. Yes. It is 556. It's actually 542, but you know. All right. That was a excellent use of time, streamer. I know, right? I know. All right, moving on. Wemmy. Fortune undetermined, eternally scarlet vampire. Remilia Scarlet, capable of manipulating fate. There's no need to try and predict the future when you are always able to create your own. Fortune, important decisions will come one after another. Be prepared to choose. Work, there will be a crossroads. Indecision is a bad idea. Studies, if you're not sure what to do, take on a challenge. Love, you'll be forced to make a choice. Two timing won't make anyone happy. Health, make sure to protect yourself from the sun. Try to avoid sardines and garlic. Travel, old castles sound good as avoid seaside areas. Money, make some sacrifices and you'll turn a profit. People, blessed with good subordinates. Disputes, no losses. Hobbies, black tea is auspicious. I like the first three are like, two things. Pick one. That's a great fortune. When you are given two choices, pick one. Oh wait, that's the first 4 actually. The first 4 of them, fortune, work, studies, and love, are just, if you are given 2 options, pick one. Like, come on now. That's not a... I guess that's why it's fortune undetermined. You're telling the puller to make most of the choices here. I see. Alright. Vampire. Vampires are a species that appear in many works and are symbols of charisma. That's probably because of Count Dracula. There's no way that an aristocratic predator of humans can be weak. Even so, Remilia happens to look just like an innocent and helpless child, which may be to lull humans into a false sense of security. I don't think she looks like that because she wants to, my guy. Alright? Okay. I like when Remy's hair is kind of like this. So... I always kind of picture Remy's hair as being on the shorter side. Very, like, not really reaching the back of her shoulders. But I like when her hair is longer like this, when it's, like, over her shoulders. Because it's still like her haircut. But it just feels more, I don't know, it feels more, what's the word here? I guess more mature is the best way to say it. It just feels better. It's a better looking haircut on her. I think gives her a better air of dignity. I think she does have a really big stupid hat though, so that that's how you know she's got good charisma, because she wears that big stupid fucking hat and she still she still commands respect. And her fucking little stupid cuffs, the bad effects. Look at those shoes. Wait, why is somebody's leg just like in the frame there? Whose leg is that? Is that Sakuya's leg? I guess we're getting the image is cropped. I can't tell, but they're probably all really close to each other. She's got, look at her shoes. You can barely see them through the little blurb, but she's not wearing them goofy shoes. She's got like actual, like not stilettos. You can't see the heel very well, but they're fancy. She's got fancy shoes. And also her brooch. Her brooch is a rose instead of whatever the fuck it usually is or isn't. That's good. I like this design. And the wings look really nice. They're kind of veiny, which is accurate. It's pretty well made. It's good. It's good. Alright. I got one more and I gotta go pee. Flandore. Vicious. Kanji contains, it contains the kanji for misfortune. Okay. The vampire that destroys everything. Flandre Scarlet. Capable of destroying absolutely everything. Chat, it's been almost 40 minutes, and I am only getting through EoSD now. Is this because there was a lot more to read than I thought, or is this because I'm a jackass? Since you put so much effort in making it, let's destroy it in a grandiose way. Fortune, you'll want to destroy the things you've built up. You'll probably even destroy misfortune. Work. Chance to review, organize, finding a new job. Into your current work. Demolition work would be good luck. Studies. Chat, haven't you ever wanted to, like, be the guy who pushes down on the detonator and just watch something go boom? Haven't you wanted to do that? Because that seems like something. Also, I'm pretty sure that foot that was poking out now, I'm pretty sure that's Flandre's foot, based on the image up there. Alright. Studies. Generally catastrophic. Opportunity to overcome subjects that you're not very good at. Particle physics would bring luck. Health. Ultraviolet rays are your enemy. Be careful of your lack of exercise. Home. It'll be destroyed. Rebuild it. Travel. Avoid it now. Anywhere near water is especially strictly forbidden. Love. You'll destroy it. Lost items. You won't find them. People. You'll reject them yourself. Hobbies. Destroying and rebuilding. Best to do it alone. Oh, that's not good. A vampire with many mysteries about her despite being popular for a long time. We don't even know what her wings are made of. I'm sure they were bat wings like her sisters at first, but perhaps as a result of her destroying them and regenerating them over and over again, they ended up turning into something that's easy to regenerate. That is a very interesting comment. So, yeah, that foot is definitely hers. That foreshortened leg. Damn. So, that's an interesting theory. Proposed by Zun himself. She kept destroying her own wings and regenerating them. So their wings regenerate, and they eventually took the shape and form of something that was easy to regenerate, which is a branch with like magic crystals on it. How does that work? I don't know. I just thought her wings were fake. I think most people kind of just assume that. My favorite explanation I ever saw for Flandre's wings was that the crystals on her wings are like built up concentrations of her magic or mana, and when they get sufficiently when they sufficiently age, they get big and they kind of fall off, like, you know, pluck them like a fruit. And Patchy really likes them because they're magical crystals full of magical energy, and she can use them. And they also, it's like how you shear the sheep for the wool. It's like her wings get heavy because it's full of all the magic, and they're really potent crystals, and then they just kind of grow back. That's how I like that explanation a lot. Magic crystals. But the idea that she destroyed her, because the base of her wings, like the part that's kind of like where you would attach whatever the fuck you'd call bat wings, they're not feathers, I don't know what they're called, but like that part, the wingspan is like still there, but the wing itself is just it's not repairing. That part is probably a lot finer, so it's harder to repair. So in the case of regeneration, she'd probably be able to generate the core of it, which is just like the baseline of the wing. But then the magic crystals just kind of happen, and no one really knows why. So here's a really cool detail I just noticed. She has an upside down cross on her dress there. So if you didn't know, in the original game, Flandere's original game. Hold on, actually, I think I can probably just show you. Let me see. Flandre Scarlet. Okay. So the original game, Flandre has... I don't think you can really see it there. No, you can't. It's going to be hard to see. Let me see. I might have to zoom in on her boss sprite. It's the zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. You can't really see it, but there's a little patch on the side of her leg that's basically putting her dress together. It's two little patches. Very very hard to see. And in this particular image, those patches are there, but they're dressed up, and there's an upside down cross there as part of the patch. So it's a 3-point patch now instead of a 2-point patch, and there's a little bit of flare there. So that's a very cool detail that I just noticed, and a callback to a very old piece of her design, because it's not something that a lot of people include or probably even know exist on the character. But yeah, that attention to detail is very, very nice. And it's basically holding her, well, I don't want to say it's holding her entire like dress skirt together, but those two like patches holding the material together are there, and this interpretation of it is in theme, and just overall very cool. Very cool. All right. Letty Whiterock. But I have to pee. Chat, feel free to read, and then I'll come back and I'll read it all again to you anyway. I'll be right back. Baba Booey. Alright, here we go. Middle Fortune. Yokai of Cold Winters, Letty Whiterock. Capable of controlling chill. People who of their own liking choose the cold seasons have warm hearts. Person's own words. So basically, Reimu is saying that she likes winter. That's what she's saying. What a piece of shit. Anyway, fortune. Everything will go well to some extent, but this fortune won't last forever, so act quickly. Direction. North is auspicious, of course. Health. Be careful not to get a cold. Moving, the sooner the better. Studies. Snow is very bright. However, even if you collect snow, it'd still be dark, so you better just use a normal light. Hot pot. Wild game is good. Baths. Yuzu is good. Hot springs are nice too. Seasonal character often called a winter yokai. I'm not exactly sure what she does in the summer, but I'm sure she hides somewhere and stays put. Maybe she enjoys herself on top of a mountain. If Gensokyo wasn't closed, she might go to the southern hemisphere. Letty, you want to go to Antarctica? You want to go to Antarctica with me? There she is. And the crystallized silver pin, yeah. You can't really see it, but I do notice that the stupid bloomer pantaloons aren't here. Good choice, good choice. Normal shoes. Actually, a detail I really like is you can tell there's snow around her, right? And there's a stronger blush on her cheeks and on her nose because, you know, when you get cold, that happens. Which I like that detail because that makes sense, but at the same time, it's Letty. Is Letty getting cold in the snow? Does she get cold in the snow? Is she, you know, like, it's like real world applications here to a snow woman. I don't know if that works that way. I don't really know if that works that way. I mean, it's accurate to how it would work for a human, but like, whatever. We're going to Chen. Misfortune, manipulated Shikigami Bakeneko. Chen, capable of using sorcery. That ability is confusing. People say that it's bad luck to catch a black cat, though the only black thing about it is the fur. Fortune, overall, it's ominous, but that doesn't necessarily mean that something bad will happen. Travel, it's auspicious to get lost, but even if your house is empty, don't take anything home. It's referring to Mayohiga, the legend of Mayohiga. The legend of Mayohiga, if I remember correctly, is that it's a hidden town in the mountains, and it's said that if you can bring anything back from it, it's like you get ridiculous good fortune, but trying to take anything from the town will just trap you inside forever. Something like that. So, you know, greed is bad. Business, neither good or bad. Studies, be diligent. Health, be wary of injuries. It's good to take care of your nails. Chen does have long nails. Moving, it's safer not to. Avoid trips to the water's edge. Work in wet areas. Silvervine, that's cat's grass, right? Yeah, silvervine is a catnip alternative common in parts of Asia. Yeah. Cats. Stray cats will love you. Whether you find it annoying or adorable depends on your attitude. It's said that Nekomata are cats that have lived too long and assumed a human form, but Chen doesn't seem like someone that lived that long. When beast yokai become old enough to transform, their personalities may differ depending on whether they become a child or an adult. What does that mean, Zun? So what? Their personalities may differ depending on whether they become a child or adult. So you tell me when a beast yokai becomes old enough to transform, they either become a child or an adult. What does that mean? I just assumed that she got a human form early because of Ron. I don't even know what Zun is saying here. I don't know how to interpret that. Look at that cat. Did Chen always have a bow? I don't remember that. Just got a little cat friend. Multiple little cat friends. Got a tabby cat and a calico cat. Not Michael. Not Oren. No. A pretty stock standard. I do think it's kind of interesting. Wait. Oh, her ears just come out of her hat, huh? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Because the hat probably just has ear holes. But I never really thought of that. Like, the ears are just coming out of her hat like that. Ron covers her ears with her hat, but Chen's hat sits on top of her. It's a... You know, they sit on her ears. No, her ears just go through it. Okay. No, I was going to say, Cheating Detective decided, the artist in Cheating Detective decided that Chen would get a new outfit that's similar to Ron and Yukari's. They gave her a tabard and whatnot. And nobody else followed suit. Granted, Chen's appearances are pretty limited past that particular bit of CDS. But in every appearance that Chen has made after that, she's just back to her PCB outfit. It's just, you can't... The PCB outfit and haircut. The artists behind early CDS had their own ideas for characters, for better or for worse. Sorry to say it like that, but they I don't know, man. I don't know how familiar they were with Tall. That's all I can say. They made some choices that seem different to be different, you know? Not like a style thing, more so like just like changing the character. Alright, here's Alice. Wow, she's wearing boots. Who would have thought? Alright, prospective fortune, lonely but lively puppeteer, capable of handling doll manipulation magic. My hands are just dexterous, whether it is with thread or with magic. Fortune, you will constantly lead a lively life. But that liveliness is a lie, and you will sometimes feel lonely. People, a great crowd will gather, but your connections will be weak. Love, a good partner is someone who can pull the strings of you as you want. Oh, come on, Reimu. Otherwise, you are the one whose strings will be pulled. Reimu, that is so fucking corny. Business, your dexterity with weapons will gradually improve. Studies, you will be able to handle your exams. Lost items, things will be easily lost but easily found. Travel, doing so with dolls is auspicious. Going overseas is even luckier. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute little reference. Basically to, you know, Alice's origins and the fact that she's not Japanese. That's good. I like that. Health, if you let your mind wander, you will start talking to yourself. Be careful. That's not good. That's not nice. Everyone does that to them a little bit, to an extent. But she talks to dolls, not to herself. Reimu, you're being judgmental. That's not cool. She's a dexterous girl with fingers that control many dolls simultaneous. But she seems to be clumsy with human relationships and lives secluded in the forest. Nevertheless, she occasionally makes giant dolls and seems to be planning to take center stage sooner or later. Will that day ever come? First of all, fuck you. You put her in a coma 4 or 5 years ago. You knocked her out, and she has not been able to do anything for nearly like 5 years now. How dare you write a comment about her planning to take center stage sooner or later? Fuck you. That's mean. Zun does not even like this character. He doesn't even like this character. He hates her. Unbelievable. That's a cute Shanghai. Goodness. Oh, that's a detail actually right there that I really like. You don't see it. You don't really see it unless the image calls for the detail. But the little rings on her fingers, which connect the puppet strings so she can control her dolls. Like, she has different rings at the base of all 5 of her fingers, which is really cool. But it's a detail you don't see normally because it's a hassle to draw all that unless there's a specific reason for it to be shown. And here you can tell by the fucking exuberant amount of frills all on her because Alice's design is absolutely loaded with frills. Now's a good time as any to do them, really. And there's the boots. No stockings, but there are the boots. What I tell ya. Sock shoes be damned. Alice wear boot, and that's it. And she wear boot. There was never wear anything else. The frills are actually, like, missing on one side of the outfit. They're actually kind of confusing to look at. Like, on the far end, under the hand, I can see how that one's flowing, because it's, like, twisting. And it goes behind her, kind of, like, under her. But then the one on the right is just kind of, like, also twisting, but then there's just a blank. Just kind of a blank spot for it. And then there's also frills along the bottom of her not belt, but, like, sash. But there's supposed to be frills on top of it as well. But then the frills are accurate on the top one. Kinda. Oh, God. Alright. Okay, Alice. Okay. Okay. And now, Lily! Great fortune! The fairy formed entirely of spring. Lily White, capable of announcing that spring has come. No matter what happens, it's fine to blame it all on spring. Okay. Fortune, a good winter will end, and your fortunes will rise. Even if you're in too high spirits, it won't be a problem. Business, on the rise. If you hire, it would be even better. Employment, you will have a spectacular debut. It won't be embarrassing. Studies, you won't worry about things like grades. Sickness, you will suffer from cedar pollen. Okay. Travel, go wherever the wind takes you. Moving anywhere is auspicious. Love, there will be more spirited conversations. Flower viewings are a good opportunity for you. Hobbies. Grow spring flowers. If possible, grow cherry trees. The ability to announce spring is very fairy-like and wonderful. Personally, my favorite season is spring. I am thrilled as plants blossom one by one and society becomes active. However, maybe due to hay fever, it feels like spring's reputation is on the decline. I feel like more people are catching spring through cedar pollen, whatever, rather than Lily's power. We love Lily, though. Bang. I like the brush. It's like a wet brush. It's got like a wet brush to it. I don't think it's watercolor. I don't know much about watercolor, but yeah, it's you can see a lot of splotches that look like even on the sleeve. The sleeve is one. There's like an obscuring on the leg connects. It's cool. Looks good. Okay. That's very good. Lunasa. Oh god, each prison member is gonna have one. Alright, here's the first one. The most popular prison river. And you already got a detail wrong. Good fortune. Eldest daughter of the 3 phantom sisters who soothes the heart. Lunasa Prison River. Capable of performing melancholic notes. What wonderful tension. Done slowly, it is something that doesn't make a sound. Fortune. No matter the disaster, you will calmly manage. If you lose your composure, it will be your downfall. Business. If you keep calm, you will do well. Work related to music is auspicious. Studies. Music is most auspicious. Japanese won't be bad either. Taking a knock at their not-so-Japanese origin. Health. Beware of psychosis. Okay. Travel. With 4 people is auspicious. Oh. Okay, so... Okay. So, the 3 is obviously a reference to her and her sisters. The 4 is a reference to her sisters and Raiko. That's what that means. But I interpreted that as the 4 prison rivers, meaning Layla. I got kind of sad there. Moving. You will get noise complaints. There will be trouble with your neighbors. See, remember, it's written by Reimu. It's written by Reimu, so Reimu wouldn't know who Layla is. So when she's saying 4 people, she's referring to the prison rivers with H, not Layla. Love, be calm. People, they will look at you coldly, and they won't gather around you of their own accord. Hobbies, the violin is a cool hobby. Reimu thinks violin is cool. Write that down. Write that down. She's not only skilled with the violin, but with the string instruments in general. Since string instruments do not make a sound unless their bowstrings are stretched tightly, her character is always tense. On the other hand, she also has a delicate side and easily gets angry if pushed too hard. I think she would be quite noisy when angry. You know, I don't think there's a lot really done with Lunasa. I can't imagine her, like, angry. It's kind of cute to think about. A delicate side that easily gets angry. Because usually her personality is one of, you know, doom, gloom, and melancholy. But just, you know, making her like a regular girl with that comment. That's all. And yeah, the prison rivers can play any instrument. They're very talented with instruments in general, but they have their favorites. They do have their favorites. Well, I don't know about every instrument, but like it says here, she's skilled with all string-based instruments. So, this is her forte, but she likes the violin the most. So immediately, here's an issue. The top of the hat. What's that ball? What is that ball? It's supposed to have a star, a moon, and a sun. Wait, is that the sun? You know, I guess if that's the sun, then that looks fine. Hold on. Lunasa, you have the sun on your head, right? No, you have the moon on your head. You got the moon on your head. Yeah. Yeah, because Merlin's got the sun because she's bright and sunny, and Lunasa's got the moon because she's moody and gloomy, and then Lyrica's got the star because third person. What is this fucking ball? Huh? Where's the moon, jackass? It's a full moon. Her hat doesn't... No. No, 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 because it's shining. It's shining. It's not a full moon. It looks like her outfit balls. It looks like her outfit balls. Alright, well. To be honest with you, chat, her expression doesn't really say Lunasa to me. I don't know. I guess I'm so used to Lunasa's general expression being a lot more like, I guess, Satori-esque, where her eyes are a lot more further down. She looks more excited than I would usually assume her to be. She kind of looks like Rumia. She kind of looks like Rumia right now. If you take the hat off, cover the body, cover the hat, and that's Rumia right there. That's just Rumia. Put the ribbon on her and you got Rumia. Actually, it's a very happy-go-lucky expression. It's not what I expect from Lunasa, so it's hard to see it as her, I suppose. You got Merlin. Now that's an expression that fits Merlin right there. Alright, middle fortune. Second daughter of the three phantom sisters who make the heart boisterous. Merlin, capable of performing manic notes. Metal must make the loudest notes. That's it. Music is power. Fortune, you will overcome hardships with a natural cheeriness. On the other hand, you will also bring misfortune upon yourself. Business, if you enjoy it, things will eventually look up. If it is work related to music, it will be auspicious. Studies, music is very auspicious. The fine arts are also good. Health, beware of psychosis. Travel with 4 people is auspicious. Rainbow is fucking reusing. She is reusing. A solitary house built by itself is auspicious. Love, you can expect it. Be careful of timing. People, they will come and gather but immediately leave. Playing the trumpet along the riverbank is good. That's a cool hobby. Her specialty is wind instruments. Wind instruments are similar to singing in that they excel at expressing emotion. Maybe because of that influence, she has a personality with huge emotional swings. Being able to perform without using her hands or feet. What? What do you mean feet? What kind of fucking... What? What instrument uses your feet except for a foot pedal? It's a special ability of Phantoms, and she also can play notes without using her mouth. Why the fuck does she play it then? Quite convenient. She doesn't need her hands. She doesn't need her feet. She doesn't need her mouth. How the fuck is she still the one playing it? She's not playing the instrument at that point. That doesn't even make any sense. The notes are ghosts. They're ghost notes. Ooh, spooky. Also, yeah, she specializes in wind instruments. If you didn't know, the trumpet is a wind instrument. I don't really know what separates a wind instrument from a brass instrument. I think it has to do with the fact that the mouthpiece is made of wood. Hence why they're called, like, woodwind, because the mouthpiece is made of wood. But I don't know enough about instruments to actually make a proper claim on that. All I remember is that one of the Lost Words costumes made her play, like, a tuba or something. And someone was like, why is she playing a brass instrument? And she plays woodwind. It's like, oh, I didn't know a trumpet was a woodwind instrument. I didn't know that. I just kind of assumed it was brass because it looks like a tuba, it looks like a saxophone, it looks like a trombone. It's the same material, but nope. It's because the little reed in the back that you blow into, which she doesn't even need to do, mind you, according to that Zoom comment, is made of wood. Okay. Cool. Anyway, here's Merlin. So yeah, she actually has Koishi eyes and the sun on her head. Looks very goofy, but it's there. Holy shit, this motherfucker really drew a trumpet in perspective. Look at this. Look at this foreshortened trumpet. Looking at it just pisses me off. Why? Why'd you draw that, man? That's so much work. You put in so much work for that. That couldn't have been fun. But no, she has a Koishi eye. A very Koishi expression. Koishi in the fighting games, she has a very, very bright iris. Like, in the middle of her eye, it's just empty. I think it's very signifying of her lack of thought, which I think is really cool. So, if you took the hat away from this one, this could be Koishi. Like, take the hat away, cover the body, and you could actually say this is Koishi based on the expression and that very unique style of eye. I swear the only character who has that is Koishi. But maybe Merlin could pull it off based on her personality. But even like look at the tuft of the hair. Look at the top of look at the way the top of the bang is. That looks like Koishi. That actually looks like Koishi's hair. Like completely looks like Koishi's hair. And just a normal outfit. Nothing really particular in design. There's a little pattern along the hem of them. Just cool. That's about it for that. Alright, Lyrica's turn. I'm sure she'll have something different. Here she is, the most confusing one. Slight Fortune. Third daughter of the three Phantom Sisters who play Lost Sounds. Lyrica Prism River. Capable of performing illusionary notes. In the end, the keyboard, which simply makes sound when you touch it, is the most difficult of instruments. Fortune. You get distracted by trivial things. Your luck won't improve. Business. You're suited for jobs where you manipulate things from behind the curtain. Jobs related to music would bring you luck. You mean they're not auspicious? Studies. Music is very lucky. You're also fairly good with cooking. Health. Good. Travel with 3 or 4 people is auspicious. Family. You'll be worried about your mentally ill siblings. Okay. Love. You won't be interested in your partner. Oh, well, that's not as funny. Hobbies. Since you're skilled, you can learn anything. Learning a trade with one skill would also bring luck. She's good at keyboards and percussion. They're both the types of instruments even children can make sounds with, but mastering them requires a lot of practice. Since she's able to perform using multiple of those instruments at once, she's unreasonably skilled. Maybe it's because she can play without needing to use her hands. Everyone is skilled in their own heads. Don't think of bullshit like that, man. Anyway, here's Lyrica. The star on point. Looks like Lyrica to me. I have no complaints. And we have the Prism River keyboard. This keyboard is from Toho 9, if you didn't know. Lyrica has a different keyboard in Toho 7. She has a completely different keyboard. It's got initials scratched in. It says LP. In Toho 9 onward, she has this keyboard with the wings on the end of it and Prism engraved along the side of the back there. So for whatever reason, I mean, maybe you could say that Merlin and Lunasa got a different instrument. It's hard to tell, I suppose, but a different keyboard is very obvious. I kind of look like a toy, I suppose, in PCB. And this one, you can see all like the knobs and shit. I don't really know much about keyboards, but it seems like it's not a children's toy, that's for sure. Bright hair. Oh, this looks the most like a Prism River, I think, of the 3 of them. The other 2 look like Rumia and Koishi to me. Alright. Alright, no problem. Yomu. Half fortune. Half swordsman, half dangerous. Yomu Kompaku. Capable of handling sword techniques. What is the matter, Lady Iiko? That is a rather large pillow. Fortune. A fortune by halves. All good luck and hardship will end halfway through. Business. Ordinary. You won't be able to make use of more than half your opportunities. Is this what it's going to be? Just a bunch of half jokes? Work. You will not be blessed with a good boss. If you are a gardener, you will have good luck. Studies. Unfortunate. Health. Although you have 1 foot in the grave, you are healthy. Love. There will be a chance to cut off the rotten relationship you can't separate yourself from. Home. The larger the garden, the more auspicious. Hobbies. Zazen meditation would be auspicious. Tools. The more you clear your mind, the sharper you will be. Cutting through trouble at a single stroke will bring you better fortune. Okay. Her longer sword, Rokanken, is said to be a sword forged by yokai. Did you know the things it cannot cut are next to none? Specifically because there is a story like that, it must be a yokai sword. As for Yomu, she is not consumed by the sword's magic and stays sane. I feel her talent lies in that area. Perhaps it is because she is not thinking about anything. Wait a fucking minute. Are you telling me that her sword is a yokai itself, and Yomu can wield it because she's really good at it, and her ability to wield it, she's not consumed by the sword's magic and stays sane. But then you go on to say it's because her head's empty. I never even thought of that. I kind of just thought about how her sword is something that can, like, you know, it's just a magical sword. I never really thought of her sword as an entity that she essentially controls or has dominion over. I never thought of it like that at all. But then you went and said she doesn't fucking think about anything. Her brain. Her little brain. There she is. Yomu. You get the flower, yep. Flower on the katana sheath, yeah. See them both in there. Nice haircut, actually. It's good. It's neat when they kind of combine the straight cut with the not straight cut, because it just makes it feel more flowy. Like if you go, Yomu's a lot of time Yomu's bangs and even the edges of her hair, she's very bowl cut orientated, so you can kind of just make everything the same ish length, and you got Yomu hair. But I like this one because you can see how it cuts off, kind of not bowl cut, but like you can see how the bangs are more rectangular than they are triangular, but there's still pieces of triangular, there's still like triangular shapes within it, which kind of makes the hair feel more alive, more natural, whereas it's not like completely cut up to be a specific design, I guess. It's not like a Hime cut. Hime cuts have all like straight cut bangs, but she's more like a bowl cut type character. But I like when the bowl cut isn't too orderly, and I like when it feels more natural like this. Looks really nice. She's got her hand on her sword. She's missing her ghost emblem on the side of her her breast. Don't think I would notice. Huge ass ghosts on along her skirt. And then she's got legs. Shocker. Okay. And so we read Yiiko. We looked at Yiiko. That was at the beginning of the video. That was my fortune. Prospective great fortune for my streamer. Alright, Ran Yakumo. Ooh, imposing. Good fortune. Nine-tailed fox used as a Shikigami. Ran Yakumo. Capable of using Shikigami. Animals run on simple algorithms. Naturally, humans too. Fortune. You will be dragged into great trouble, but you will overcome it with composure. Yukari. Business. Service business will prosper. Work. Engineering is auspicious. Middle management is unlucky. Studies. Mathematics and data processing are auspicious. You will focus too much on optimizations to be negligent in your endeavors. Travel. Avoid the water side since it will cause your calculations to go awry. So, I like that one because that's kind of a double hit. So, it's not confirmed for Ron. It is confirmed for Chen, but if you soak Chen in water, the Shikigami loses control, and she reverts to a regular Bakeneko. If Ron got soaked from head to toe, I don't think it would necessarily make the Shikigami lose control, but it would probably cause some issues. However, what this is most likely referring to is the time that she calculated the depth of the Sanzu River, and that was messy. So that's probably what this is referencing. But it could also be because animal splash water equals fuck you kind of deal, right? Could be that too. I think it's kind of double play there. Health. If you keep your composure, you will be good. You can live a long life. Love. Plan thoroughly. People. They tend to avoid you. Your composure backfires. Hobbies. You're quite good at games. Playing alone is auspicious. Bullet hell shoot 'em ups are auspicious. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. She's established as a Shikigami working for Yukari, but there are times where she acts differently from her wishes. If Shikigami are programs that follow instructions, then she appears to be programmed to think and act for herself. Perhaps Gensokyo is unexpectedly close to the AI singularity. Great, so Ron's an AI now. Alright. I'm sure many people are happy to read that comment, son. It's a pretty good face. She has a very smug face. It's got like a kind of like a fox's grin. I wonder why. Couldn't imagine why she would have such a thing. Her feet are nowhere to be present. Just her dress is huge. Her tails are massive. How many tails we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting 7, possibly 8. And I guess usually the 9th one is like jutting straight out because it's her original tail, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like each like they grow a tail every 100 years and she's got 9 tails. So like she has her main tail, which is probably the one that goes outwards, and then all the other tails kind of when they come in, I said outwards, but like backwards, I guess, like a tail, and then the other ones shoot outwards to the side, which is why when you see her from front view or side view, you just kind of see like you're not going to see all 9 tails unless they're angled specifically. Drawing them all seems like a pain in the ass. That's all. Yukari. The boundary between fortune and misfortune. Yeah, okay. The yokai lurking in every gap. Capable of manipulating boundaries. I wonder when they stop believing in omikuji. Poor things. Fortune. Good luck and misfortune mixed together in chaos. It's a fortune that won't settle down. Business. If you target a niche demand, you'll be successful. Work. You will fail to follow regulations. Studies. Exams will be a breeze, though your knowledge will be forgotten as if it is spilling over. Travel. Border towns are auspicious. Also, other worlds would be very auspicious. Okay, I want to go back to the study one for a second there. So, exams will be a breeze. Your knowledge will be forgotten as if it's spilling over. So, I think this one here is neat because Yukari is long-lived. She's very knowledgeable. But, as we see in the Eastern Seasonal Dream Vision, whatever the fuck it's called, Zud wrote a short story about the Yukari traveling around, talking to the humans about 60 years. Because she forgets the significance of 60 years regarding the POFE incident. So she goes and asks the humans, because the humans' shorter lifespans means that they remember things like that better, because it's like once in a lifetime event for them. But for Yukari, it's just another Tuesday. So she forgets the details, and she goes around seeing if anybody would know. But nobody would know, because no one has been around that long against Sokyo. So I like the idea of this particular excerpt referencing that idea, and also just the whole cramming equals cramming is a common thing in school as well, where you just cram the information in and then you pass your exam and then you forget it all because you didn't study it per se. You just kind of crammed it, put the paper in, and then you don't really know the information, so it oozes out like that. So you can view it like that, but I want to view it as what I said earlier with the story, how she does know a lot, but like she puts more and more in, and then things just kind of slip out as time goes on. That's kind of neat. Health. Unfortunately, you'll live a long life. Disputes. You will have a mediator. Love. The line between lovers and friends will be blurry. Hobbies. You will be completely immersed in the worlds of online games. Gotcha. In Gensokyo, among the species known as yokai, there are generally Kappa and Tengu, and also more minor races, but she is not one of them. She's a yokai who is very yokai-like in that you do not know what she will do or where you will run into her. Her ability to control boundaries is indispensable to the foundation of Gensokyo. For this reason, she holds an important position. Well, I mean, she's the reason it exists, doesn't it? So I'd say she would hold an important decision. She made the fucking place. With help, but with help. Wow. How pretty. Even got her sitting on the gap, just like in PCB. No random hands sticking out, though. Maybe that's for the best. That's very nice art. It's a very pretty expression. That's very good. I think her hair would be a pain in the ass to draw, because it has to have ribbon ends on the end of all of them. Why? Why do they all do that? She's got a stupid mob cap for stupid idiots. Tsuika. That's another very familiar art style, isn't it? Misfortune. The Oni drowning in infinite sake. Seika Ibuki. Capable of manipulating density and sparseness. Even if the world seems complicated, it's actually more empty than you would think. Fortune, selfish behavior tends to be frowned upon. Be careful of the damage you can cause. Health, you shouldn't drink too much. You'll end up drunk anyway, though. Work, you're too careless and you'll fail. Anything involving alcohol is auspicious. Studies, you can make it by brute force. Quantum mechanics is an auspicious field. Okay. I'm glad Reimu knows what quantum mechanics are. I don't even think this is the first time she's mentioned them, now that I think about it. Or is that something else? The quantum mechanics bit is the whole mass density idea behind, the principle behind Suika's ability. Because I guess Suika's, the law, what is the, I don't even know the fucking, it's called, but Suika has to maintain, like, the same mass. Like, there's a laws of physics dictate that when she increases her size or decreases her size, I completely forget what this was. I think it was that she had to be, like, the same, like, she would have to be the same, like, mass, despite that. So wouldn't it be like when she gets big, she would be of equal mass to her original size, but it would just be, like, spread out, so she's, like a balloon, essentially? Because isn't that, like, how Whale Lord works? Because Whale Lord is, like, he's a float whale, because he weighs, like, nothing. He's just a big whale, and he just floats. I don't remember, because I'm not a science guy. But, yes, her ability has something to do with the whole principle of density and mass. And I can't tell you, because I'm not smart enough to do that. Travel, hot springs sound nice. Housing, it's prone to collapse. You'll need to repair it. It would be better if you were in prison. The fuck? People, collect and scatter friends as you please. Money! It'll come, but with strings attached. Marriage, failed because you got drunk. Hobbies, you'll do great at any competition. Go ahead and try something. How about a I love my wife competition? Seems like I failed that one. Ouch. The Sony has abnormally long horns compared to the rest of her body. It is said that the demon with horns and the tiger-striped waistband is from the Oni's Gate, Ushitora. In other words, her horns are of that of a cow. Maybe it's a Texas Longhorn. Okay. The former character in Ushitora, Ox Tiger, is what Zun is referring to by calling her a cow. You're calling her a cow? Horns are said to be weapons. The same is true for Oni, but each Oni has a different idea of what makes you strong. Well, I like the idea that her horns are so big that she can't sleep on the side of her head. That's why she sleeps with her head cut, like, up on her arm and her elbow on the ground, or she sleeps with her back of her head. But if Suika turns to on her side, she has to dig a hole to stick her horn in, so she can actually rest on a side plane. This is the cheating detective Satori artist for sure. 100%. 100%. Ooh, cool effect. We got the bandages, the bandage wrap. Not Sadashi exactly. I don't remember a fire pattern on her skirt. I think it's not supposed to be something else. I also don't remember her having massive fucking shoes. Wait a minute. She got huge stilts. What about the chains? Yeah, they're connected to the belt. Well, 2 of them are connected to the belt. I believe two of them are connected to her wrist, I think. Yeah, she's got 3. She's got the circle, she's got the sphere, the cube, and the prism. I believe one's attached to her belt and the other 2 are attached to her wrists. If I remember that correctly. I like the detail on the horns. They feel kind of wood. Like the streaks on them. They don't feel like how do you say it? Like they feel, I called it wood, but you know what I mean, right? Like it feels like it's a horn. I forget the word to describe what horns are like made of. I don't think it's cartilage. That's not the right word. But they feel like horns, which I think is a really good job with considering when you're working in black and white, making something like accurately look like that. It's very hard. Very good. Yahaha, you found me. Wriggle Nightbug. All right. Okay. Prospective fortune, unjustly hated person. Wriggle Nightbug, capable of manipulating insects. You, who only has half a soul, now is the time to show your horrors to the world. Refers to the Japanese saying even an inch-long insect has half a soul. A warning against dismissing something that's small or weak. Fortune. Even if things are tough now, it will get better eventually. Even if bigger creatures hate you, remember that this world is ruled by the insects. Business. Excellent. Money. You will be blessed with kogane. The usage of kogane, a type of beetle, is a pun on another reading of kogane, which means gold. Sickness. Be careful not to get sick. The character used for sick is a rare one, most commonly found in the name of a type of mite that is called a sickness bug, a Tsutsugamushi, because it spreads typhus. Typhus. I don't know what that is. House. If it's made of wood, it'll get eaten. Studies. Collect fireflies instead. It's auspicious after all. Agriculture. A bad harvest. Insects. You'll be blessed. Rejoice. I like insects, and I'll go to insect exhibitions and read books about them, but I still get a bit scared when they appear in my house. Even though insects are so hated, I think their numbers have been decreasing recently. In the past, you could catch one in your mouth just by riding a bicycle. Oh. You guys ever swallow a fly? Bugs are cool. Incorrect. Beetles are cool. Cockroaches aren't cool. Look at her pocket full of beetles. Look at her fucking pocket of beetles. She's got a stag beetle and a dynastic beetle in there. She's got a firefly on her finger, a ladybug in her hair. She's got a dragonfly. I'm not sure what that is on her cape. I feel like I should know, but I don't. I like the beetle pocket she has, though. It's her goofy cape, the one with the wings. Yep, the wing cape is there. It's accurate, yeah. So the way her cape goes, not actual wings. Her boog antenna. Her boog antenna. Little beetles. I love the little beetles because there's like a little, you see like the little fucking black line on the ends of them. It looks like they're putting their like little beetle hands up, like they're putting their little beetle hands up, waving from inside the pocket. Those are her friends. She has dominion over insects. It's kind of a big deal, isn't it? They're waving. Hello. Mystia. Very slight misfortune. Beautiful voice of the night sparrow, Mystia Lorelei. Capable of driving people crazy with her songs. People say that love is blind, but that doesn't seem to matter much in this case. Fortune. Nothing much will end up changing, but something a little bad will happen. Sickness. Be wary of eye disease. Getting enough nutrition is important. Eel is auspicious. Business. Working into the night keeps you on top of things. Can't do that. Studies. Work hard until nightfall. Agriculture. There will be bird damage. Love. There will be blind love. Travel. It's best not to leave the human village. Stay indoors, especially at nighttime. Singing. At its peak. Sing now or you might lose out. Make sure not to annoy your neighbors. A minor yokai called a night sparrow. She's a siren-like being who drives people crazy with her songs. But what's even more frightening is her ability relating to the eyes. Even in game, her song has no effect, but the gameplay instead focuses on narrowing your field of vision. Why is her ability to drive people crazy with her songs? Yeah, actually, you got a point there. You got a point there. Everything about her ability indicates that it's related to her night blindness, and then you have her ability listed as make people crazy by singing. And that is something that she can do, but that's not the ability that's ever focused on in any capacity. She never sings and makes people crazy. She makes people blind, asshole, but she doesn't sing. Look at that. Holy shit, those nails. I was going to say, she wouldn't hurt you. She wouldn't hurt you, but those nails, uh-oh. Oh my. You know, those are stupid leg warmers. Big poofy dress. No writing on the hat. It's very well hatched. It looks very good. Yeah, Mystia has very long, like, gangly green nails. And her ears are pierced. It's weird. Little sparrows. She's got little sparrows hanging out with her. Would you shake her hand? Would you shake her hand? I probably would. She could probably stab you by accident. Do you think she, like, uses her nails to skewer the eels? Like, when she goes to the river to get the eels, like, she doesn't just grab them. She just goes and then just stabs through them with her fucking long-ass nails. You think those nails are real? Probably. They gotta be real, right? Kane Kamishirasawa. Great fortune. I would expect no less from a great teacher. Half teacher, half beast, Kane Kamishirasawa, capable of concealing history. The teacher is knowledgeable, kind, and reliable, but on a full moon night. Fortune, you will master everything you studied. Don't miss this opportunity. Studies, the greatest fortune. Study whatever you like. However, advance too much in history and you'll fail your exams. Business, anything related to education will be successful. Health, be careful to get enough sleep. Try not to go out at night. Travel, visiting historical sites is auspicious. Love, don't let your mind wander. People, you'll be admired. This is definitely a good thing. Money, time to invest, but don't get mad if you don't make the money back. Reimu just casually plugging her fucking box there. You should put some money in this box. But, you know, if you don't get anything back from it, don't get mad at me. She's human except during a full moon, meaning she's only turns into a beast about once a month and spends most of her life as a regular person. But that alone is enough for her to not be a human. Fortunately, she harbors no hostility towards humans or yokai, so she's allowed to work in the village. It's rude to call her creepy. Nobody was calling her creepy, alright? Nobody was calling her creepy. Well, there you go. What's that paper say? What's that paper say? Also, I think that's the Gensokyo Chronicle there. I don't know what that says, but it looks like the book that the Gensokyo Chronicle has appeared as. But you'd have to read the name, I suppose. Because Lost Branch has the Gensokyo Chronicle as an item, and it looks like that. So that might be that. It could just be a nondescript book, mind you, because, well, it's not like it's anything that special, but who knows what's going on back here. Anyway, I want to say, with the comment, back here about Full Moon Night, according to Aki's article on Kane, because she only turns into her Hakutaku form once every month, the reason she's regarded as being like extra on edge or angry or whatever when she transforms is because she has to catch up on a month's worth of work in one night. So she gets very stressed and is prone to immediate action. So I like that idea. But she's not actually like, she doesn't go like feral or anything. She's just like, all right, I have to do all this work now because I can only do it while I'm in this form. And so she gets really stressed out and she just needs everybody to leave her the fuck alone so she can get it all done. That's a good idea. I like that idea. But I do also like the idea that when she does go beast mode, she does kind of unwind to a feral degree, but that's okay. That's just my opinion. Very great fortune, lucky rabbit, capable of bringing good fortunes to humans. Ever since that ancient incident, I've been much more careful about saying unnecessary things. This may be referring to a legend involving the white hare of Inaba, who Tei is heavily implied to be, where the hare is attacked by sharks after revealing it had tricked them into creating a bridge across the sea. Yeah, so that's the tale of that. She is a fan of Okunanushi, whatever the fuck his name is. However, I don't remember Reimu having any bad luck with Tei. Fortune, good luck will come your way even if you ignore it. Even if you leave it up to chance, you'll end up lucky. Money, you'll make money no matter what. However, good fortune is not eternal, so avoid investments if you can. Business, prosperous, but don't get involved in shady business. Studies, your instincts will be right on the mark. Health, good. Be careful of skin diseases and injuries. Travel, avoid the ocean. You might get eaten by sharks. That's another reference to the tale. Yep, same legends before. Love, it'll go your way. Lost items, you'll find them again eventually. People, they'll come as long as your luck continues. Tools, it's good to carry around a rabbit's foot. She's a rabbit that brings good luck to humans, but on the other hand, she's also a con man who deceives humans. She may seem two-sided, but there's no contradiction to a con man that brings good luck. That's true. Some people have heard the rumors and go to look for her and find good fortune, but she hides in the bamboo forest because she finds it troubling. I thought, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I thought the explanation was into Tei's good luck from Akyu, I think it was that people seek her out because she's good fortune, but then when they find her, they use up all the good fortune they get just to, like, go home because they're lost in the forest. So they're like, whoa, and then they leave, and then nothing changes because they used it all up. But the idea that she's hard to find because she's always hiding, because people are just looking, they're looking for her like she's a fucking shiny Pokemon. If you see her, you don't even gotta catch her. If you see her, you just become, like, uber lucky. Kind of a... It's funny because, like, she's out of the public eye. The public knows this about her, and she's out of the public eye a lot. But then in dojins and stuff, she's always running a fucking scam. Right front and center, right? It's like, okay. Anyway, she's very fuzzy. Look at that fuzz. Oh, man. Fuzz on the ears. Very curly hair. The moon rabbits and the... Not the moon rabbits. The earth rabbits in the back. They all wear the same outfits, I've you noticed. There's some buni. She's got regular buni as well. They're not yokai rabbits. I don't think that's Tei in the background. Wait, that might be Tei and Raisin? Or that's just rabbits in general. I think it's just rabbits in general because the rabbits in her hands. But the one on the left does kind of look like Tei, and the one on the right with the mallet does kind of look like Raisin. Not so much with the ears, but also kind of with the way they droop. But they're not crinkly. And the haircut's kind of... I don't know. I don't think that's... Maybe that's intentional. But I don't think it's supposed to be Raisin and Tei. I think they're just regular earth rabbits. But they do kind of look startlingly similar to Raisin and Tei. Speaking of, Raisin udongin inaba. Misfortune. Sounds about right. The moon rabbit who possesses lunatic red eyes. Raisin udongin inaba. Capable of manipulating insanity. Visible light is just a very, very small part of the electromagnetic spectrum. You basically can't see anything. Fortune. You will witness something you were better off not knowing and be met with disaster. Health. In particular, it is essential. Look out for your mental state. You will be taken by insanity. Disputes, they won't stop. You will be dragged into needless conflicts. Studies, either physics or art, will be auspicious. What? Wait, either physics or art is auspicious. What? Okay, whatever. Business, it is too different from what people are looking for to sell. It will be accepted by only a subset of customers. Career promotion, hopeless. Love, your flaws are apparent, so it's impossible. Travel, avoid days with the full moon. Hobbies, radio devices like ham radio and crystal sets are auspicious. Ham radios and crystal sets. Okay, Raisin, did not do you well here. Your flaws are apparent, so it's impossible. Like, okay. Alright. She's a girl who manipulates insanity, but I don't think she is that insane herself. If anything, she's a meek, world-wise person. Being unable to see anything if the receiver's wavelength is different is a feature of waves. She uses electromagnetic waves to induce a condition that seems like insanity. Oh, fake insanity, huh? Here she is. So, she's got a cat. Oh, is that... Wait. That's that cat. That's that wooden cat that Raisin herself carved. That was, oh god, was that Forbidden Scroller or Wildhorn Hermit? It was one of them. In fact, that's like, that incident is the only actual, like, link between those two chapters. There was a mouse infestation, and Raisin was selling these wooden cats on the side, and they were 100% her idea. So that's that wooden cat in particular. That's her idea. She made that. She made that. No one else did that but her. That's really cool. I like that being included there. And she's got her stupid gun. I didn't know her shoe had a crescent moon strap. It's a neat detail. There's her big stupid tail. Her carrot tie pin, which is massive. A bullet, because finger gun. Her dumb megaphone gun. I hate that thing. Her droopy ears. Yep. this is really good. And of course, she's wearing the blazer. Of course, she's wearing the blazer. Fantastic. It's a very good detail that really encompasses a lot of Raisin's character over the years, I think. You know, the gun, the megaphone gun, the finger gun, the wooden cat. The big carrot and the big tail are actually, those are from the fighting games. The tail, not necessarily from them, but specifically the big accessory and the big tail are from the fighting games. Obviously, the blazer is from her debut, and it's the most popular outfit. That's really cool. There's a lot of history to the character loaded into this image. I like that a lot. That's a very, very good image. Eren. Stinky moon lady. Good fortune. Lunarian who holds the wisdom of the moon. Capable of creating any medicine. It's impossible for you to know the location of the capital during a new moon. Fortune. Solve problems with wisdom. You'll make some big enemies, though. Work. Working as a doctor, pharmacist, or at a pharmaceutical company is auspicious. Business. If you mess with illegal drugs, you'll get caught. Studies. All knowledge will deepen. Medicine and pharmacology are very auspicious. Health. The more you rely on medicine, the worse your condition will get. Only take it according to dosage instructions. Travel. It is best not to go too far. Because she's from the moon. Home. Near a bamboo forest is best. Love. Be considerate. People. You will be blessed. But if you get too involved with others, things will get complicated. In her original character illustration, she's holding a bow for some reason. Yep. But she's only really ever involved in drug making activities, so I don't really imagine her using a bow. In RPGs, many of the brainy characters are the rear support type, following the formula of rear support bow equipment. She may also just be pretending to be a rabbit hunter. Well, that was addressed in, was it Runegate? I think it was Runegate, where Yukari makes a mention of how nobody on the moon uses bow and arrows anymore. They all use guns. And Eren's bow and arrow, she's the only Lunarian, it seems, that still has this ancient weaponry. Kind of shows her age. But yeah, Yukari does make a comment about there not being any more bow users on the moon. And I believe that's in Runegate, because I can't imagine that comment coming up anywhere else except for Runegate. But yeah, Eren doesn't really use her bow. She's got it, though. There you go. Look at that little jar. Look at that little jar in her hand. I don't know if the Hakurei elixir has ever actually gotten a proper like image to it. Sort of doubt she's just randomly holding more of it. But just general medicines. The bow and the arrow are there. Her big long giant braid. Yeah, there's more. So a lot of different medicines here. Grindstones, like the pellets in the bowl. Yeah, the pellets, like there's different things related to medicines all surrounding her. I don't know what this thing in the back is, though. I feel like I've seen it before, but I don't know. I don't know. And a view of the moon. It's a very good image. Again, it's the same artist as the Raisin one, and they really go pretty heavy on just the general like the general stuff around the character as well as the character themselves. It's very good. Kaguya. Prospective great misfortune. Hakurei immortal imprisoned on Earth. Kaguya Hakurei-san. Capable of manipulating the eternal and instantaneous. It's alright to do it tomorrow because you have infinite time. Fortune. You procrastinate on everything and become lazy so your luck will go down. Business. Not a great idea. Work. You'll get lazy. Working from home is auspicious. Studies. Disturbances in studying. A good tutor can make a big difference. Health. Good, but you'll tend to be inactive. Travel. A bothersome hassle. Lost items. Not motivated to find them. Money. With the help of others, you'll have no trouble at all. Marriage. You'll give someone a difficult task. You'll get a difficult task too. It's difficult either way. Damn, being Kaguya sounds like suffering. She thinks it's outrageous to make the princess suffer. That's probably why she began to live a self-indulgent lifestyle. She'll probably continue living like this forever. But because of her illicit power to warp time, it's unlikely that anyone would ever defy or admonish her for this. She thinks it's outrageous to make the princess suffer. That's why she lives. Okay, so she lives a life of self-indulgence because the idea of a princess suffering is outrageous. How fucking conceited can you get? She's so conceited. There's her stupid jeweled branch, and the cowrie shell, and the Buddha bowl, and the fire rat's robe, and the dragon neck necklace, and for some reason there's like flowers on her dress, kimono. It's definitely not a skirt. You can't call that a skirt. It goes over the floor. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And of course there's some bamboo in the background, because of course there is. And there's the moon in the background, of course, as well. Yeah. It looks very good. But, man, they, and no respect, I tell you. No respect. Those flowers are always there. Are you sure? Why does she randomly have flowers chilling on the bottom? Why has she not got a fucking tailor yet to fix her goddamn dress? Huh? Why don't they got a fucking tailor? She's probably tripping over her feet all the goddamn time. Alright. Hakutaku form Kane. Ooh. Great misfortune. Half beast, half teacher. Hakutaku form. Capable of creating history. History is not a physical phenomenon. It is only a product of human interpretation. Fortune. All that you have built up will collapse. Start something new. Studies. Unrivaled in academic history. Don't expect much else. Work. A job where you can overturn history is good. Inventors, revolutionaries, and authors are auspicious. Health. Lacking sleep. Travel. Uncharted frontiers are auspicious. People. Though you may lose old connections, you will gain new ones. Disputes. You'll only end up creating more conflict. Home. It may be better just to start over in a new place. There are many yokai that transform during a full moon, but she is the only one who transforms into the Hakutaku, a divine beast of knowledge. In Toho, the light of the full moon drives creatures on Earth crazy. It must be a result of a mysterious power emanating from the lunar capital. What do the people of the moon intend to do by having her create history? They're putting radiation in the full moon to turn the teachers into werewolves. It's not a wolf. That's okay. She doesn't have to be a wolf. But she's still aware. Well, doesn't she look bustling? Where's her hat go? Did she tie that ribbon on her horns herself? That is the greatest mystery of Kane's Hakutaku form. First of all, she turns green. That's confusing. Nobody really knows why she turns green. But also, she gets these big old horns and there's a fucking bow tied on it. Does she tie it there? Do they just grow out and the bow's already there? How does that work? You thought we were being cute with that, Zoom, but all you did was create an accessory that causes confusion and strife. That's all you know how to do. Fuck you. Moko. Prospective fortune. Oh. Eternally lonely, immortal. Capable of never aging, never dying. If you endure and keep enduring, a better time will come eventually. Fortune. Even if things are hard now, just being alive is a blessing. Now is the time for patience. Health. You'll live a long life, but be cautious with medication. Oh, I get it. That's kind of mean. Guides. Work. Guides and boiler engineers are auspicious. Studies. Putting in the effort to study pays off in the end. Travel. Mountain climbing is good, but make sure to avoid Mount Fuji. Rainbow, this is fucking mean-spirited. You know, don't go to a mountain, you'll kill somebody. Don't drink medicine, you'll live. Like, leave her alone, man. That regret is very old. Love, it'll burn out violently. Home, not suitable for long-term residence. Money, you'll no longer need it. Wishes, better not to achieve these. You lose your reason for living. Yeah. Actually, it's kind of heavy. Hobbies. Anything monotonous or time-consuming is good. Even though she's still human, she rarely joins with the rest of the humans against Sokyo. Since anyone else would die quickly anyway, she feels there's no point in building a relationship. Even though she's had fun meeting new people recently, she's still lonely when she thinks about the future. Oh, god damn it. Why? And then I look at her art. Look at her art. Oh, look at that big smile on her face. Ha ha hee hee ha ho ho ho. Oh, she's so happy. Nothing bad happens in this world of ours. No. Not at all. Can't be. Oh, jeez. I like the phoenix tail symbolized in the fire behind her. I gave her sleeves back. That's impressive. I like the burned up design. Massive ass pants. Good lord, them trousers. Oh my Jesus. That's kind of sad. Medicine melancholy. Prospective misfortune. Doll brought to life by poison. Medicine melancholy. Capable of manipulating poison. Chat, there's 128 characters, right? So to get to the halfway point, we would need to get to 64, which we are not even. We are 2 hours in and we are at halfway to 64. Okay. All right. Living things run on poison, but the living don't know anything about it. Fortune. Things will gradually change for the worse. Old poison will come back to haunt you. Health. It will gradually deteriorate. You should review your diet. Sickness. Be careful not to overdose on medications. Business. Things won't go well because of your health. It would be auspicious to leave things to others. Studies. Give up on subjects you're not good with to focus on one thing. Travel. Hot springs are auspicious. Love. Choose a partner you don't like. People. It'll go well if you only have shallow relationships. Lost items. The doll you threw away will return with a new weapon. She's a doll heartbreakingly thrown away without even a memorial service. The things that control living things are hormones, which can also act as medicine or poison. Hormones from outside are essentially poison, but she is only able to move because of the toxic flowers. I'm sure she's grateful for the poison. Yeah. She looks older in this depiction of her. Her little friend is there too. This creature is unidentified as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what this creature is. Is she a doll? A fairy? A personification of poison? Like, what the fuck is she? But she's always there with medicine. But I don't think anybody actually knows what she is. It's just something that's always with her. I don't know. Where'd it come from? Did she create it? Is it like a wear? Did she make the clothes for it? I just have questions, that's all. No doll joints. That's a solid medicine, that's all. It's a solid looking medicine. Okay. What's wrong with it? Yuka. Good fortune. Flower master of Gensokyo, Yuka Kazumi, capable of manipulating flowers. The flower's lovely appearance and scent are there to attract insects. But what about people? Fortune, you will live a glamorous life. Unfortunately, it will be difficult to maintain. Health, it'll deteriorate quickly if it's not carefully maintained. Business, if you're in customer service, you'll get more customers. Florists are auspicious. Studies, you'll do well in botany and art. Travel, you should do it often. Be careful not to trample plants, it will bring misfortune. Love, give a bouquet of flowers as a gift. Home, it's auspicious to arrange flowers. People will gather around you but also leave quickly. If you try to hold them back, you'll only suffer. She's both a flower yokai and a mysterious type of yokai. In other words, she's a flower garden yokai or whatever you want to call her. She's a guest character from the previous series. Did he just call her a guest character? Yuka is a guest character. Ellen is a guest character. Calling Yuka a guest character? That's insane. Flowers and insects have displayed wonderful coevolution. Flowers don't have to be beautiful for humans, but with Yuka, that's not the case. Perhaps that's because From a flower yokai's point of view, humans are like insects. Okay, checks out. Wow, isn't she pretty? And there's her parasol, which she would not be caught dead without that. Right, boys? Ha ha ha. And then she's got the classic footwear. Toho characters tend to have very classic forms of footwear, you know, similar types of shoes and socks. I feel like most people leave that shit alone. They don't pay too much attention to that. But I do. I do. I guess it's convenient. You can draw like 3 different types of shoes and you can cover the footwear of like every Toho character in the entire series. That's all. Ayaya. Isn't she great? Misfortune crossed out. Great fortune. The fastest in Gensokyo, Tengu author. Capable of manipulating the wind. A pen is mightier than a gun. It's lightweight, can write, and it's sharp. Fortune. With good writing skills and a confident attitude, you can write your own fortune. Oh, I see. Business. Good, however, every time things go well, you'll make enemies. Studies. It'll be disrupted. It'll still go pretty well. Travel. It'll go well. Oh, let's visit that place. Illness. You might catch a cold. Be careful of injuries. Money. No matter how busily you work, your salary won't increase. Home. Wind damage will occur. Love. You'll fail due to an unexpected scandal. Career promotion. You won't overcome your birth. Give up. The way information moves in Gensokyo is like the time before it couldn't be controlled, before the internet of today. What's truly written in the Tengu's newspaper seems to be unclear. The readers are aware of this and enjoy it anyway. The Tengu are a bunch of liars. I think they're related to Pinocchio with their long noses. No, I wouldn't say they're liars. They're just embellishers. They're just embellishers. That's all. I'm embellishing. Alright. Here's Aya's, here's Aya. That is the goofiest hat I've ever seen her wear. That is one absolutely fucking top-heavy token. Holy shit. Puffballs are back. Those are rare. Her wings are present. That's actually kind of common outside of the games where they don't appear at all. And then she's got, say, similar shoes, but you just put a big fucking stilt in the middle of them, and there you go. You got Gaeta. And black socks. What a pretty lass. Komachi. Prospective fortune. Shinigami who works at slacking off, capable of manipulating distance. If the Shinigami worked too hard, the world would become too quiet, don't you think? Fortune. You can relax even when sitting next to a Shinigami. Not bad. Health. Shinigami are lazy. You'll be able to live a long time. Promotions. Not expected, but that's okay. Business. Mediocre. Studies. No point in worrying about them. People. You'll meet all types of people. Money. You'll be able to make 6 mon. The traditional toll of a dead soul to pay for a ferry trip across the Sanzu River. A mon is an archaic type of currency used in Japan from around 1336 to 1870. That's a big fucking range. Still in use in Gensokyo. So Gensokyo's currency is mon, not yen. Is that true? But I've seen Yukari slip a $10, a 1,000 yen bill in Reimu's donation box. So they do use yen, but I guess you can convert it to I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not thinking about the fucking economy of Gensokyo. Love, the distance between you will shrink. Travel, anything but a river is good. The river is bewitching. Hobbies, you'll have more time for your hobbies. It's a good opportunity to try new things. When you skip work, you can lead a good life. Oh, I could use that. She is a ferryman from the Sanzu River. If rowing boats is her specialty, how come she has a big scythe? It's a job she does alone at her own pace, so she is mostly relaxed time. If she can make a living from it, it's the ideal life I aspire to. I don't really want to be a Shinigami, though. Isn't it nice? Her fucking weird wavy scythe. Why is it wavy like that? Yeah, that's Komachi. that is definitely Komachi. Yep. What else? There's like nothing else to say. She wears socks with sandals. And she's got a large chest. There you go. Job done. Eiki Shiki Yamazanadu. Great fortune. Yama who does not overlook injustice. Capable of judging something as good or evil. There is not just one truth in the world, but I will make it so. Fortune. Don't worry, you'll be able to clearly see what you need to do. Your heart will lighten. Work. Keep doing what you think is right. Judges are auspicious. Business. Any business that benefits society will flourish. Studies. You can find mistakes in the exam questions. Love. If you are pure and honest, it'll go well. Travel. Tours of hell are auspicious. I don't know about that one. Hobbies. Go is auspicious. Your mystery novels will get spoiled. Go is a game. Go is a 2-player strategy game, the goal being to fence off the opponent. It is believed to be the oldest currently played board game. Oh, cool. Wishes. They'll come true if you clear up past sins. People will leave you. Don't scare them too much. Illness. Be careful of tongue injuries. It's a reference to Yama's pulling out your tongue if you're a liar, right? It is said that Yama tear out the tongues of liars as a punishment. My streamer knows his lore. Oh my god. Enma is usually depicted as a frightening and angry deity, perhaps to expose the evil deeds committed in one's life. To be honest, more evil people are less likely to be scared by a scary face, and timid people are more likely to confess crimes they didn't commit. Regardless, does she really judge people fairly? Damn, that was kind of heavy-handed. Are you intimidated by this creature? Are you intimidated by this? This 3'9" woman? Okay, she's not 3'9", but don't. Some people will lead you to believe that to be the case. That is not the case at all. That's not true. It's a lie. It's a fib. It's baloney. Malarkey. Shizuha Aki. We're now in Mountain of Faith. Alright, so I'm just thinking, chat. We're at 2 hours, and we're at number 36. So I'd like to at least get to 50. So I can do 2 parts. And even if the second part goes a little longer, it'll be fine. But I don't want to stop now, because then it's going to get weird. You know, it'll be like one video will be like an hour long. I don't want that. Slight fortune. Autumn god popular with Taurus. Shizuha Aki. Capable of manipulating autumn leaves. I have hiccups again for like the 3rd time today. Making the villages, forests, and mountains look all autumnal is no easy task. Fortune. Even if you are holding on to fortune for now, it will recede eventually. That's the law of nature. Give up. Direction. North and up are auspicious. Travel. Mountains are auspicious, so enjoy yourself as much as you want. Business. Only tourism will do well. Health. Take care. Sickness. It will get worse. Home. Beware of fires. Marriage. There are good people out there, but you can't meet them. Okay. Moving. There is hope that things will change for the better. Divinity. When you meet the beauty of nature, the gods will be with you. Recently, the leaves seem to fall as soon as they turn red. That is said to be because of climate change making summers too hot. Is this a crisis of identity for her? Or paradoxically, will Gensokyo's autumn turn scarlet and burn up? Well, I said this before, but when people do, like, Shizuha fan art, they really do the hem of her skirt is fashioned after leaves. It's very detailed. And Shizuha's lack of general popularity kind of works in her favor, because when people actually take the time to draw this character, they do put the added effort to make the skirt match. Like, I don't think I've ever seen an image art of Shizuha where the skirt does not match her actual pattern, because the people who are putting this much time into drawing the character really like the character to a point where they're not skimping out on the smaller details. They got to put everything they possibly can. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, you know? It's like, the amount of art you get is limited, but I'd say the quality of it overall is more impressive, because there's a lot more attention to the finer details because, like I said, there's not much to the character in general, and the people who are putting the time in for them are gonna do their best to make them as nice looking as possible. It was very good art. That was very good art. Now, chat, I have to pee again, so you know what? You can stare at this for a little bit. I'll be right back. When I return, we'll look at her sister. Oh, yep. I am back. And now we go on to Minariko. Ha ha ha. Great fortune. God popular with villagers. That her title? Capable of controlling bountiful harvests. Nothing can compare to the happiness of being able to eat your fill. Fortune. Stable and fortunate. You'll be at peace no matter what, even if you fail. There's nothing to worry about. Agriculture, farming, business will largely go well. Health, don't worry, you will put on weight. Oh, sickness, you will recover. Studies, don't worry if it doesn't work out well. Love, if your partner has similar taste in food, it will go well. Fruits will have more sugar. Potatoes, baked is good. Divinity, don't forget to visit shrines. She's a god of abundance, a divine god, but she's a stage 1 boss. Perhaps she's lost her mystique because humans pray to her so casually. I think that Inari is often made a mascot for the same reason. Who's Inari? A well-known deity associated with foxes as well as rice farming and abundance. Oh. Okay. I see. There she is. Oh, she's got harvest suppression gear on. And she's barefoot, of course. Yeah. A lot of detail on them toes. Meanwhile, you got her fucking straddled. I like the background. Tomato, yams, grapes, wheat. Wheat. Very good. She does walk around barefoot. She does. Why? I don't know. She feels like it. Fucking sewer, I guess. I don't know. It's not the only character who does it. Hina. Great misfortune. Duh. Nagashi Bina, fated to be discarded. Kageyama Hina. Capable of stockpiling misfortune. You went and picked up a Hina doll that was supposed to float down the river, didn't you? Fortune. You will pick up misfortune for a while. Get exercise before something bad happens. Okay. Health. Keep the utmost vigilance. Business. Your investments will backfire. Studies. You will fail due to poor health. Agriculture. Something will fail. Marriage. Waiting is safer. Waiting people. They will leave. Lost items. Your possessions will also go away. Money. Your money will also go away. Danmaku. You will be hit by stray bullets. Family. Beware of dolls. Travel. Downstream is for the better. You can aim for turning things around in one fell swoop. Nagashi Bina is actually an event held in some areas. Misfortune is flushed down the river, and because it is said to be bad for the environment if it were to reach the ocean, Nowadays, the Nagashibina dolls are all collected. In other words, all the misfortune that was expressly flushed away is collected. Oh dear. Yeah, so Hina actually had something in canon. I don't remember. I think it was what one was it? I think it was either Akiu's book. I don't remember which one. It was one of Akiu's books, or it was Alternative Facts. I can't remember. But Hina opened a stand in the human village selling dolls that were specifically designed to take your misfortune, and you could float them down the river. But they were like paper dolls, so they were fine for the environment. But she never got any business from it because people were afraid to approach her. But she would always just stand there at her stall with a smile on her face because she has really strong mental. Because nobody wants to approach her because of misfortune, but she manages to be so not bothered by it on the outside. See? Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Unbothered. Completely unbothered. The fucking symbol on her dress is like popping out. It's kind of neat. I don't know what the hell the ribbons say, but could be nonsense for all I know. Interesting perspective. You can like barely make out the ends of her feet, kind of, but it's obscured. But I guess they wanted with the perspective being so far above her, her skirt kind of becomes, you know, it's very rounded like that, and it kind of also gives it a sense of motion, kind of like she's moving, you know, like this perspective gives a sense of spin. That's why they did it. I'd have to assume it feels like she is currently spinning with the way her body is twisted, the way her arms are going, the way her stuff is flowing. Or maybe I'm just thinking too hard on it. Nitori. Little bastard, number 1. Kappa that fiddles and destroys machines capable of controlling water. Machines move like there's rivers inside them. Their circuits flow with blood. It's fucking weird. Fortune, like the flow of a river, things will go smoothly as long as there are no breakdowns. Business, you'll make a profit no matter what you do. Involvement in shady business is inauspicious. Work, if you're an office worker, your company is a black one. It's not that bad though. Don't what? Well, okay. Studies, engineering is good. Exercise, your swimming will improve. Love, not interested. Health, be careful of dry weather, you might get ill. Travel, cities with rivers are auspicious. Sickness, will be cured. Good medicines are available. Tools, something like a crowbar would bring good luck. Okay. The Kappa are the most technologically advanced group in Gensokyo. Their mysterious engineering keeps the technological level of Gensokyo high. Literally keeps Gensokyo's technology at a high water level. Kappa technology, which is water resistant and probably more eco-friendly than that of the outside world, can threaten the power balance of Gensokyo. But since the Kappa have little interest in power, Gensokyo is spared. That reminds me of the panel of Spider-Man talking to the dinosaur, and Spider-Man's like, you made dinosaurs, you could cure cancer, and the guy's like, I don't want to cure cancer, I want to make people into dinosaurs. That's the Kappa right now. Kappa don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about doing anything like that. They're just doing it for their own self-interest. I get it, man. You discover how to turn people, like fucking medical and science breakthrough to be able to turn people to dinosaurs. You can cure cancer. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people to dinosaurs. I get it. You know? I understand. Alright, here's Nitori with her big-ass backpack. She's holding her fox tail reed. I don't know what that thing's called, but it's the kind of reed type of thing that you would see in marshlands. I just call them foxtails. It's pretty sure what they are. I don't see her weird eaten cucumber. She's got her boots on. I do like her boots, her rain boots. I've always been a fan of the idea that the Kappa wear like swimsuits, like school issue swimsuits under their outfits, which is why they're always ready for water-based activity, because that bag is heavy. They would not. I don't think they're gonna drown, mind you. But like, I do like that idea that they're always prepared to for a swim. If they gotta dump their cargo at any point for any reason, they're always dressed. They're always dressed, ready to go. Is it cattail? No, I think it's called a foxtail, isn't it? They're like reeds that grow in like marshlands and stuff like that, right? By riverbeds and stuff like. That's why she's holding it, right? I just don't remember what they're called. Anyway, did you know Nitori took her hat off in one chapter in Lotus Eaters? She's not bald. Isn't that funny? There was a the idea that she's bald under the hat. She's got a bald spot. Nope. Nope. Finally saw proof. Finally saw proof. Momiji. Wow, that is a very... Damn. Okay, we'll get into that in a second. Slight fortune. Tengu, master of observing illusions, Momiji Inubashi, capable of seeing 1,000 ri. It's a measure of distance. Ri is a traditional unit of Japanese measurement that is about 4 kilometers or 2.5 miles. The phrase 1,000 ri can also refer to long distances in general. Okay. The world is shaped by people's observation. There's no harm in seeing too much. Fortune. Your future will broaden and you'll tend to avoid difficulties. But growth is unlikely. Business. Any job regarding observation will go well. Researchers, detectives, and investors are auspicious. Studies. Generally average. Somehow you'll get good scores on exams. Health. Your eyesight will improve. Travel. Sparsely populated places are auspicious. Disputes. Even if you try to avoid them, you'll eventually get caught. Love. High expectations will let you down. Housing. High ground is good. Lost items. You'll find them far away. Animals. Be wary of wild monkey. Dogs and monkeys are said to be enemies in Japan. Yeah, that's their... Like, we say get along like cats and dogs, but in Japanese, I think the idiom is about dogs and monkeys. Why? I don't know. I don't really know. Hobbies. Sitting down to play games for a while is auspicious, as they play those million-year shogi games. She's one of the Tengu living in the mountain, watching over Yokai Mountain for intruders. This kind of lookout job is usually done by low-ranking officers. Because of their incompetence, intruders can usually slip past. Even so, in terms of ability, she's the strongest lookout. However, she never looks too worried when she spots an intruder. Oh, that's interesting. I was kind of always under the impression that Momiji had a strong sense of duty to a point where she was uptight, but I guess she don't give a fuck. I guess as long as you stay in your established parameter, she doesn't care. Anyway, I'll look at this art. So, first of all, those are on eyebrows right there. Those are puppy eyebrows right there. And she's got those not really hair tuft ears. The motherfucker. Because this fucking artist hates drawing Momiji with ears. She hates it. Absolutely hates doing it. And here we are. Those are ears, but not ears. You see? You see how they're kind of like ears, but they also are kind of like hair? They're definitely droopy ears. They have to be. But she also gave her the on eyebrows. Very detailed shield. There's her big old sword. And I like the big her Danmaku in the background. Wait, why is her Tokin cut off like that? Why did her Tokin just kind of get cut off like that? It's just gone. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Droopy ass ears. Sanae, yep. Miracle Star. Miraculous shrine maiden living in the Moria Shrine. Sanae Kochiya, capable of causing miracles to occur. Though this world is finite, it is made up of uncountable miracles. Fortune, miracles will happen, so much so that you'll no longer be surprised by the little things. Business, attention will gather at places left unattended. Learning, the parts you looked at just before the test will show up. You're particularly lucky with the sciences in general. Illness, you will recover. If you didn't know, that was Sanae's major. She majored in the sciences. Love, chance meetings are good. Of course, she loves robots. She would definitely build a robot. Lost items, you will definitely find them. Home, it will not be destroyed, even in strong winds. A modern-day girl who came from the outside world, she's now reached the point of being a fully assimilated resident of Gensokyo. She's constantly subject to the whims of her superiors, but her personality is the main reason for this. She seems to find it easier to do as she's told, and she enjoys not having to take responsibility. In that regard, she is certainly a modern-day figure. Yeah. It wouldn't be a Zun comment without some real-world pessimism, huh, buddy? Fucking love that, don't we? Holy shit, this image is huge. And, I mean, well... are you really surprised that, like, you're gonna draw Snai, like, 70,000 fucking times per chapter? You get good at drawing Snai, you know? You just get good at it. You know what to do. She's got, like, a necklace of some sort around her. It's like a hoop. It's very big, very wide. The snake is like alive. Frog is a hair clip. It's not a hairband. She's got an undershirt on. We can see that. And she has her long skirt, and she has long hair. If you didn't know, Zun has been drawing Snai with medium length hair and a short skirt since like Toho 13. And fans have been drawing Snai with long hair since the dawn of time. And the skirt length aside, people just don't draw Snai with any hair shorter than like this. They just don't. Sanai's long hair is a defining characteristic of her, to a point where in canon she doesn't have it. In fact, she never really had it either. The most noticeable image in canon of her with long hair would be when she appeared in 12.3 Hiso Tensoku. Even in Mountain of Faith and UFO, it was kind of like not necessarily short, but it was obscured, but then it was made really long in that. And then in 13 she came back with a haircut and nobody cared. All they cared about was that her skirt got shorter. They ate that one up. Oh, they fucking loved that. They were like, holy shit, Sanai cut her skirt in half. Now I can see her knees. PogChamp. And Zun was like, hey, we also cut her hair. And nobody paid attention. Nobody cared about that part. And that fucking, look at this. This came out 2 months ago, and it still rings true. It still rings true. Long hair or not my Snai? Alright. Great fortune. Mountain god bringing tech to isolation. Kaneko Yasaka. Capable of creating heavenliness. Faith can be lost over time. That's why you have to abandon old conservative thinking. Fortune. Your strong luck will attract people to you. You'll be the center of attention. Work. You can take care of the big jobs. Leave the small jobs to those under you. Business. A quick wit is effective. Studies. Engineering, mathematics, physics, and herpetology. What is that? Herpetology is the study of reptiles and amphibians, referencing Kaneko's association with snakes. I had no idea there was a specific branch to reptiles and amphibians. Why is it called herpetology? I guess it's related to their scientific name, but I've never heard I've never heard of a herpetologist before. Health, better than ever. Be careful of venomous snakes. Why does Reimu know what herpetology is? Wait a minute. Travel. Mountain, lakes, and hot springs are auspicious. Any geysers are very auspicious. People. Excessive interference can be considered power abuse. Wishes. Visits a shrine. Visiting a shrine makes them come true. Sickness. The weight of your luggage will hurt your back. That's referring to her Shimenawa. Yeah, it refers to Kaneko's decorative Shimenawa on her back. A big old fucking donut. In the original story, she's carrying a Shimenawa rope on her back for some reason. She must have been in the middle of moving. The Shimenawa rope distinguishes a place as sacred, so Kaneko always regards the place she is in. She is as sacred. She might also think that a large silhouette brings more worshippers. Well, Zun, you wrote in Suwako's Omake about that. In the original story, she's carrying a Shimenawa rope on her back for some reason. According to Suwako's Omake from Mountain of Faith, there are two reasons why Kaneko wears the Shimenawa. And one of them is so she can, I forget what one of the reasons is. But one of the reasons why she wears it is because it's a subtle nod to the fact that she won against Suwako. That's why she likes wearing it. Because whenever she sees Suwako, she'll be like, oh, hey, You know, I'm just wearing my champion's belt. You know, she's just walking around with her fucking champion's belt. Absolute gloater. Absolute gloater. This woman. Man. What a thoroughly unpopular character. Anyway, Frog! Whoa! Great fortune! Native god worshipped as a curse. Suako Moria, capable of creating earthliness. Don't dare to make fun of legends. If you do, then you'll be cursed. Fortune, if you respect nature, everything will go well. You'll be cursed if you don't. Business, prosperity will be so-so. Work, no problems will arise. Agriculture and civil engineering are auspicious. Travel, historic countrysides are auspicious. Moving, check the history of the place. Health, excellent. Studies, not good at modern subjects. Folklore would be auspicious. Lost items found in the ground. Childbirth, prolific, easy birth. Reimu, what? Hobbies, camping, gardening, and hibernation are good. Taboos, any disrespect of nature brings great misfortune. Your fortunes will be upturned. How does Reimu know that Suako had a kid? I don't think anybody actually knows that, like, I don't even think even Sanai knows that she's related to Suako. I don't think anybody knows. Why the fuck does Reimu know that Suako had a child? Huh? What the fuck? Kanako takes the lead at the Moria Shrine, so Suako avoids acting conspicuous, perhaps out of modesty. In reality, Suako is a terrifying and difficult to approach deity. She doesn't seem that difficult to approach. She's a perfect example of a god you don't touch won't curse you. Japanese expression similar to let sleeping dogs lie. Perhaps that's why she's treated as just a frog god, but that's just how it is. Bro, if I went to the sanctum and I was like, yo, can I say a prayer? And I'll say a prayer to, like, all frog in the world, find happiness and joy. And then I'll open my eyes and there will be a different god in front of me. You just gotta know how to play it. You just gotta know how to play it, boys. That's all. You can't go looking for Suako. You gotta be saying shit that makes Suako want to come looking for you. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Oh, next is Iku. I can tell. Iku. Alright. Slight fortune. Dragon Palace Messenger. Warning of quakes. Capable of reading the atmosphere. Earthquakes do happen. It's Iku Nagai. The earth itself cannot stay still. Fortune. A risk of natural disasters. Other than that, there's also signs of major changes. People. You won't be hated for reading the weather, but you won't stand out. Work. Mostly peaceful. Health. Mental stress tends to accumulate. Studies. Scientific subjects are auspicious. Sports. Your swimming will improve. He swims through the clouds. Home. Prepare for an earthquake to happen soon. Love proceeds without incident. Travel by air or sea is good. Disputes. Unlikely to happen. You can mediate the conflict. Hobbies. Walking in pedestrian zones without running into anyone. At the time Hisotem was being developed, I had never heard of an oarfish being filmed alive, so it felt like a legendary fish. But now there are a few videos of it remaining. Apparently, if they get extremely hungry, their bodies become shorter. This extreme adaptability is linked to their ability to read the weather. I don't get how that's connected, but cool. I've seen some deep sea creatures, you know, I've seen some cool stuff. I heard of like this, like the fucking pistol shrimp or tiger shrimp, where that motherfucker can like punch you and it feels like a bullet. Cool. It's a cool ass shrimp. Alright, yeah, so here's Iku with her massive Hagwadomo. It is a massive pain in the ass to draw, as I'm sure. I haven't drawn it, but as you can see, it's like, it just goes everywhere. It just goes fucking everywhere. Holy shit. Alright. Alright, and next is the little bastard. Yep, Tenshi Hinanai. Very great fortune. Tenshi Hinanai. Capable of controlling the earth. Another duty of a celestial is to get along with those of lower ranking. Fortune, you're naturally lucky. People around you naturally act in your favor. Work, your charisma will show through. Performers, teachers, religious leaders, and YouTubers. YouTubers. Someone's learning things that they shouldn't be learning. Are auspicious. Studies. You'll be somewhat knowledgeable. The classics are auspicious. No injuries or illnesses. It's health. Travel. Historic places are auspicious. People. You attract people. Be careful not to preach too much. Marriage. An arranged marriage with someone of high rank would be good. Hobbies. Volunteering in disaster-stricken areas is very auspicious. Food. Don't expect a great taste, just good nutrition. Is that referring to her eating all that shit and getting kicked out of heaven? First attention, she's distaste for the peaches of heaven. Oh, okay. Well, she ate a bunch of stuff and then got kicked out of heaven, but yeah, she also doesn't really care about the peaches that they eat in heaven. Normally, Celestials transcend the mundane world and have no ties with humans, but she is a Celestial that is very interested in human life and acts very humanly. Although she appears selfish and self-righteous, she's also trying to fulfill her duty as a heavenly guide and guide humans to heaven, so she may be trying to become a true Celestial herself. I don't care, she's got really nice boots. Look at those boots. Holy shit, those are well made. What? Anyway. Yep, there's her crazy sword, and her rainbow thing that's not really rainbow, and her hat grows peaches, and there you go. Yeah, it's Tenchi. What more can be said? Nice boots though. Alright. Kisume. Yep. Of course the perspective has to be from above the bucket. Perspective misfortune. Autumn days and life are Surabe Otoshi. Surabe Otoshi literally means a bucket falling down a well, and figuratively means something plummeting fast, as well as being the name of a yokai. Autumn days and life are Surabe Otoshi is a Japanese expression meaning that just as autumn days become night before you know it, your life can be changed in an instant. Capable of dropping will-o'-the-wisps. Just a little wobble and you just drop right down. Hold on tight to the bucket. Fortune, you're bound to fall. If you want to resist, you can't afford to wait. Home, be careful of fire. Health, not great. Beware of economy, class syndrome. Refers to any sickness obtained from sitting still for too long. It's commonly associated with economy class seats on flights, but can happen in any class. Why does Rainbow know about that? Love, at least there's hope if you take action yourself. Business, fair. There's always the risk of a crash. You must take action on windy days. Moving, there is a potential for good fortune. Studies, as long as you take care of your health, you'll make progress. Wells, the deeper the well, the more auspicious. Okay. It's unclear whether what's inside the bucket or the bucket itself is her main body. There's just no way you said that. It's probably something like the old man who has half his body inside a jar and moves by swinging a hammer. This is a reference to the playable character from Getting Over It, a platforming game. Oh, okay. So you think that part of her body is the bucket itself? Somehow I don't believe that. But what do I know? Alright. Oh, Bennett Foddy. Yamamamama. Yamamamama. Wow. Shocker. This is Akimaki Yu. He's drawing all the SA characters because he's drawn literally every SA character in Cheating Detective at this point. So of course it's gonna be him. Great misfortune. Spider always close to disease. Yamame Kurodani. Capable of manipulating illness. Don't forget, disease always comes from spiders. And my 8 eyes are watching you. A pun. These kana characters would normally be read as Kumo Gakure, meaning hidden by mist. In this context, they would be Kumo Gakure, meaning given by spider. Cool. I don't get it. Fortune, not good. Even if it's at rock bottom now, it can get worse. No hope or reprieve. Health, be on high alert. Take precautions. Disinfect. Do everything you can. Sickness, your current disease won't get worse, but prepare for a new one. Business, don't hope for success. Studies, work hard. Home, you could live in a nice house. Remodeling is also auspicious. Love, just wait. Childbirth, you'll be blessed with children. That seems kind of random to put on that one, but okay. Even among people who like insects, it seems few like spiders. It's probably because of their appearance. Unlike the rest of the spiders, her appearance is much more tolerable. I think that could make her much more likable, but her ability doesn't make that possible. That's because disease is the enemy of humankind. Yeah, but I don't care. Look at her. Look at her. She's great. She's got a big old smile on her face. Look at her. Look at her ribbon dotted with eyes, like spider eyes. Isn't that cool? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. What a great design. What a great character. Oh. Oh, no, we're good. Mizuhashi. Prospective fortune. Hopelessly jealous Hashihime. Mizuhashi. Capable of manipulating jealousy. A glamorous everyday life. A success story too good to be true. Ah, I'm jealous. Fortune, you'll feel envious of others, but you can turn your jealousy into ambition. You can grow greatly. Business, you're well suited for it. There will be great business opportunities. Studies, if you don't give up, you'll eventually get better. Family, don't look outside of them. What? Money, don't expect too much. Love, you'll be disliked. Be patient for now. People, they'll leave you because of your complaining. Color, green. Bridges, trusses are auspicious. Grudges, if you keep going and continue to hammer in nails, it'll be cleared up. Refers to the practice of hammering nails into straw dolls where the intended victim experiences illness or pain in the place the doll was stabbed. Although she's a jealous person, as long as she doesn't blame others for her misfortune, her jealousy could lead to growth. The reason that a Hashihime appeared in Stage 2 of Subterranean Animism is because the place connecting the surface to the underworld is also called a Hashi. Bridges, edges, chopsticks, ladders. There are many kinds of Hashi. I didn't know that. So the reason why Zun made Parsi a Hashihime was because the bridge is that a place connecting is a connecting place is called a Hashi. Oh, I mean a Hashihime is bridge princess, so Hashi being bridge. Okay, well it kind of makes sense when I say it out loud, stupid. But yeah, okay, that's neat. So yeah, that's still pretty cool. That's why she's there, because the bridge. Anyway, here she is. I like how she has a perpetual like shadow cast over her face. Kind of works for her as a character. And that's really it, I guess. It's yeah, I see her. I'm looking at her. I've read CDS, so it's like I've seen her before in this exact art style, you know. And here's Yugi. Ugh. Chaos. Oni of devastating strength. Yugi Hoshiguma, capable of possessing superhuman strength. Do you think that you can survive these turbulent times with such weakness? Fortune. Good and bad things can happen. You just have to take your fortune by force. Health. Stupidly healthy. Sake is delicious. Competition. So suitable if you're confident in your physical strength. Exercise. Do it often. You'll improve. There will be rough times. Whether you succeed or not depends on your strength. Studies. You do... Oh, they forgot to translate the characters for what that one is. Studies, you won't be able to concentrate. Make an educated guess on your exams. Travel, go bar hopping. Love, pick fights. Disputes, start them yourself. Money, not necessary. Get everything by force. She's an Oni, a huge deal for just a Stage 3 boss, a literal demon that rules over the vengeful spirits by fear and violence. The world around her is in constant chaos and peace is impossible. If you're strong, it's a paradise. If you're weak, it's hell. I think the outside world has this kind of side to it, too. Alright, here's Akimaki Yu's Yugi. Probably the worst Yugi I've ever seen. But I guess that's just personal preference. Not much to say there. Satori! Good fortune. Yokai to whom minds are visible, even those that don't wish to be. Satori Komeiji, capable of reading minds. People can act freely because they cannot read others' minds. Fortune, your mind will be bound and your hands tied. Depending on the meeting, there may also be a great reversal. Meeting people is risky, however, it is necessary if you want to have good luck. Health, you tend to be anxious. Beware of psychosis. Studies, you will succeed in your exams. Business, if you handle complaints normally, you will fail. Love, things will turn out well if your partner is someone you don't read the mind of. Moving, underground is auspicious. Travel, deep underground is auspicious. Raymond, why is this fortune slip telling me to LTG myself? Hobbies, those that you do alone are auspicious. If you keep animals, then your fortunes will rise further. Alright. There are various works with the theme of a character who can read people's minds, and in most cases that power seems to not bring the person happiness. I think that is because humans naturally avoid having their minds read. However, I think she seems happy reading minds, as you'd expect from a yokai. Okay. There she is. Her spaghetti appendages. Oh my god, her cords are so thick. Why, her eye is so feminine. Her tubes are so thick, dude. Holy shit. You give him a squeeze. Oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Alright. Kaimbyorin. Holy darkness on the page. Very great misfortune. Together with corpses wherever she goes. Rin Kaimbyo. Capable of carrying away corpses. Everyone always ends up in the same situation. I'll take care of you too. Fortune. Various misfortunes will come your way. Your extreme unluckiness will also pull in those around you. Business. Very difficult. Completely dire financial straits. A hearse would be auspicious. While those characters refer to a bad financial situation here, also another way to write kasha. Rin species, additionally, it can refer to the burning cart chariots that hauled the dead off to hell in earlier Japanese mythology, from which the modern image of kasha evolved from. Cool. Money, dire economic straits. Same as above. Kasha, kasha. Studies. If you don't study, you'll steadily forget everything. Health. You'll be treated like you're already a corpse, but you'll have good mental health. Love. A regrettably inseparable relationship. Travel. Cemeteries, temples, tombs, and famous suicide spots are auspicious. Don't recommend that in a fortune. Disputes. Resentment will accumulate. Home. There's a risk of house fires. Hobbies. If you keep a black cat, your unluckiness will abate. She is said to carry corpses in a wheelbarrow, and although, even against Sokyo, she's a top-class ominous yokai, she's an extremely cheerful girl. Even though she's said to be ominous, she's a necessary yokai against Sokyo, preventing it from being overrun by those who died without relatives to tend to them. She's not only transports bodies, but also lost spirits. Her destination is still former hell, though. Wow. I'm just looking at this. There's a lot of depth to her silhouette here, huh? But a really, really dark page, because it's very, very poor fortune. But her outfit is even darker. But you can definitely see the silhouette. You can really see the silhouette on her. And her tails are there. That's actually a bit of a rarity for human Orin, if you can believe it. Not so much in modern day, but Ryuji Utsuho. Great misfortune with one part great fortune. Worried and feverish, extremely energetic crow. Utsuho Ryuji. Capable of controlling nuclear fusion. If you try to oppose me, you'll only become a repeat of Icarus. We all know who Icarus is. A figure of Greek mythology who died because he flew too close to the sun. Fortune, a reckless fate that nobody can control. You are heading towards an unpredictable future. Work, you will be completely destroyed. Then better jobs will be created. Money, there's a slight chance of explosive profit. Studies, they'll bomb. Health, you'll have an endless supply of energy and strength. Home, prepare for eruptions, earthquakes, and all types of natural disasters. Lost items, not even their ashes remain. People. Those who follow power will be drawn to you. Hobby. Soccer is auspicious. Watching games is also good. This is probably related to the Yatagarasu being the mascot or like team logo for a different team, for a soccer team. The logo of the Japan Football Association features the Yatagarasu. Bang boom. The three-legged crow called Yatagarasu lives inside the sun. The point of contact between the dark bird and the sun is a sunspot. Maybe ancient people noticed the black spots in the sun before Galileo discovered them. Still, I wonder what the dream of nuclear fusion will be put into practical use. There she is. Big, bumbling idiot. Yep, that's her. That's her. It's not doing the pose. Look at her foot. It's like full-on metal. Kind of crazy. The other one's just a sock. Komeiji Koishi. I think this will be the last one, chat. Wait. If I go through UFO, that'll take us to 60. So maybe we go through UFO. We're gonna go through UFO just because that'll kind of balance things out to be 3 hours-ish each. So we'll do that. So we'll go through these. We'll do this in UFO. Unclear. Yokai who quit seen into hearts. Koishi Komeiji. Capable of controlling the unconscious mind. It's dangerous because you won't know if you've fallen off the edge of the world. Fortune. Unfortunately, you cannot see into the future, even with the power of the gods. Business. You can't know what's coming, so it's hard to make a profit. Work. Anything involving animals is good. People do not suit you. Studies. An overall poor performance. Psychology and philosophy would be auspicious. Travel. Traveling alone is good. Love. You'll be ignored by your partner. Health. Your mental health will be good. Be careful of injuries. People. Don't interfere with others. Lost items. You'll lose yourself. Okay. Home. You are able to live comfortably anywhere. Hobbies. Watching people is nice. Interacting with others is a two-way street, not a one-way street, but considering the other person's feelings, you can make them notice you. She quit doing that, and people were then no longer aware of her. Her name was taken from the name of a famous device from Doraemon that can be seen but not recognized. This is likely referring to the Pebble Hat or Ishikoro Boshi that renders the user unnoticeable, although the device name was Ishikoro as the word for pebble instead of Koishi. The stone mask, I believe, from Majora's Mask is also based on that, right? But I had heard the comparison about this with Koishi, and I didn't know that it was actually, like, legit. So I guess Zun just confirmed it, that her name comes from the famous Doraemon thing. I didn't know that. I'd only ever heard of it. I guess that confirms that it was... That's where it came from. Well, look at the big heart on her stupid bow. And her really big hat. It's a different kind of hat than she's used to wearing. The eyeball kind of makes my skin crawl a little bit. Because it's sewn shut. And there's a fucking... There's a knot... There's a knot tied into it. Why is there a fucking knot tied into it? That's kind of morbid, actually. I don't think anybody does the stitched up eye. I think this guy's the only one who does. I usually when I see the eye, fan works aside, usually the eye is just closed. But this dude not only fucking stitched it up, but he used the end of the stitches and tied a ribbon. He tied a ribbon with the end of the stitches. That's fucking weird. Oh, that's insane. Oh my god, why would you use the stitches to tie a ribbon? That's freak shit! She's holding her knife. You see that? I almost missed that. Of course she's holding her knife. It's only one of her most iconic fucking features is she just holds a fucking knife. It's not even the knife she has in CDS. It's the knife that she uses in the fighting games. Alright, whatever. Why won't care? Nazarene. Oh my god, look at that rat! Alright. Slight fortune. Treasure hunting mouse, Nazarene, capable of finding sought-after items. The mountain is labor, and labor gives birth to a mouse. A proverb originating from the fable of the mountain and labor. It cautions against making a big deal over nothing. Presence of mind is always required. Fortune, not good but not bad either. It's average. Lost items will be found. Items that weren't lost will also be found. Health, be careful of infectious disease. It's related to rodents, carriers. Studies, excellent. Aim for even better. Family, you'll have a big family. Every day will be noisy. Many rats, many rat. Agriculture, poor harvest. Food, conserve. Grains, in particular, they will be diminished. Water veins will be found. Dowsing rods. Water vein. Sumiyaku is also a component of the Japanese word for dowsing. Sumiyaku uranai. Gold veins will be found. Maybe. She's a mouse who is Bishamoten's follower. She's cunning and pretends to work, but seems to live an easy life, doing what she likes. Amongst the earnest and awkward Morion Temple group, she seems to be the most fun, and I admire her a little. She's my favorite too. Look at that rat. Look at that rat and that surplus of rat. Oh my god, look at this. Look at those adorable little mice with her. Oh my god. So fucking cute. Wow. Usually she just looks so pissed off. Oh, isn't it nice to be happy? So happy. Gussie. Middle fortune. The paper umbrella's familiar monster. Kogasa species Karakasa Obake is literally umbrella monster. Kogasa Tatara. Capable of scaring humans. More and more people are using umbrellas even when it's not raining. Is it because of UV rays? I don't think those are umbrellas. I think those are parasols. Fortune. Surprising things will continue for a while, but they won't do any harm. You'll have some fun. Business. You're suited for blacksmithing. Studies. You'll get surprising scores on your exams. Love. Surprises are the only option. Flash mobs are also auspicious. Sickness. Take care of your eyes. Travel. It'll be raining. Lost items. Don't let go of your umbrella. Money! You'll lose your wallet, so don't put anything inside it. Disputes, you'll be kept in the dark. Childbirth, easy, your family will be free from trouble. Disaster, you picked some weird characters to give a fortune on childbirth for. Disasters, be prepared for storms and heavy rain. If you don't prepare, you'll be concerned. It seems that Karakase Obake, because of their cute appearance, are probably a yokai invented for children. However, she seems to have roots in the one-eyed and one-legged yokai Ippon Datara. Tatara, it's a traditional Japanese furnace used for smelting iron and steel. Blacksmithing often injures the eyes and legs. It is said that yokai was born from this. Perhaps Kogasa is a yokai who borrowed the appearance of a Karakasa Obake. Oh, but that doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Are you saying that she's an Ippon Datara? And that she looks like a Karakase Obake? Because as far as I could tell, she's a Karakase Obake. And she has traits of the Ippon Datara because the two of them look very similar. The fuck are you saying, Zun? She's actually a Ippon Datara who borrowed the appearance of a Karakase Obake. But that doesn't make any sense because her backstory is the fact that she was an umbrella that humans discarded because they didn't like the color. And that's where she came from. So... like you wrote that, Zun. That was you who wrote that. What are you saying here now? You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. That's confusing. Oh, you're just gonna make people who talk about this thing more annoying than they already are. Alright, whatever. There she is. She's got her tongue out. Classic. Got one leg up. Classic. And then her umbrella there, which is like hella tilted, but still managing to keep everything in view. Astounding, isn't she? What a creature. Ichirin and Unzan together. Holy shit, that Unzan image is insane. Okay. Prospective great fortune. Old Nyudu and stylish Nyudu user. Ichirin Kumoi and Unzan. Capable of using Nyudu, capable of transforming into a mountain. A person's life is like a cloud. When things get heavy, tears will flow, but they will eventually vanish. Fortune. When you encounter difficulties, you will be protected by a powerful yokai. Studies. Remain diligent. If you do, you'll eventually blossom. Exercise. Fighting is auspicious. Business. Don't expect things to go smoothly. Cast off your desires. Health. Good, if you avoid eating meat. Travel. Air travel is auspicious. Competition. You won't lose. I never said you would win either. Wishes. It'll take time, but if you continue to devote yourself, they'll come true. Love. Cast off of your desires. Money. Out of the question. Home. Spacious rooms are good. If possible, temples are auspicious. The two of them are treated as one character, with Gensokyo's rules of fair play. She's somehow fair, even with Unzan included. Unzan's quiet because he's shy. He's bad at expressing himself, so Ichiden acts as his translator. But Unzan also keeps an eye on Ichiden's training, so they're like a father and daughter. What a great guy. Does that look like a shy boy to you? That don't look like a shy boy to me. He was made for the silver screen. Interesting. So we're using Ichiden's UFO design, the old rags. Her belt is like a rope. I don't know what that's about. It's not very good. The Unzan is phenomenal though. It's perfect. Minamitsu Murasa. Very great misfortune. Ship phantom that wants a companion. Minamitsu Murasa. Capable of causing water-related accidents. Who on earth was it that said people would be saved if you remove the bottom of my ladle? Some legends, ship phantoms sink boats by filling them with water from a ladle, and they can be thwarted by giving them a ladle with its bottom removed. Fortune. There's a risk of getting in an accident. There's also a possibility of water-related disasters. Health. Be careful not to swallow too much at once. Also, do not get cold. However, baths are also dangerous. Travel. Avoid boat trips and the water side. Mountains and deserts are good. Studies. You will be bogged down. Business. Be careful of accidents in the fishing business. As long as there aren't any accidents, it'll be peaceful. Money. The bottom will fall out. You'll lose most of your savings. Refers to a method of deterring ship phantoms. See above. Every single one of these is just a sinking joke. Love. You can't escape your situation. Lost items. If you drop them in the water, don't go looking for them. The way yokai think is quite outlandish, with her, a ship phantom, being made captain. This is probably because she's classic, of high status among yokai, but the thought of that the ships will sink still lingers. Still, sinking a boat by ladling water into it is quite the unhurried kind of harassment. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And she is. So she's got her cool coat. She's got her cool belt. She's got her nifty shorts. Got her captain's tie. Her ladle is there, but it's behind her head, so you can't see if it's bottomless. And the giant anchor is there as well. Cool. Murasa's a pretty sleek design. She's pretty cool. The captain. Toramaru Show. This great fortune. Disciple of the 7 lucky gods who ride the treasure ship. Sho Toramaru. Capable of collecting treasure. I'm sure that I have what you're looking for. A whole boatload of it. Fortune. You'll be blessed with good economic fortunes. All sorts of good luck will come from its effects. Money. The greatest opportunity. If you don't make money now, when will you? Chat, she makes a really good point. Wouldn't you agree? Business. If you're in the service business, your sales will increase. If you're a jeweler, an antiques dealer, things will be very auspicious. Studies. If it's Buddhist studies, it will be auspicious. Lost items. You'll lose something important. Your subordinate will find it. Love. New partners will appear one after another. You'll be in trouble. Travel. Trips by boat are good. Luxury cruise ships are even better. Health. You'll never catch a cold. Directions. North is auspicious. She looks a lot like Bishamoten, but she's a tiger yokai. She's been a stand-in for Bishamoten for a long time, so there's now no major difference between her and the god that's worshipped. A god that attracts treasure is very popular everywhere, except in your own series, apparently. Although, perhaps because she wears a tiger-patterned skirt, she looks like an Oni or even a marauder. Really, that tiger pattern? Oh, look at a little flesh fang. That's cute. No ears, no tail, but she's still got a little flesh fang. Her stupid pagoda. And then, yeah, her spear. You can't see the pointy end. Man. Doing the highlights in her hair seems like a mess. How do you know which ones to fucking do or highlight? Black. Hijiri Byakuren. Holy powerful image on that one. Is that coming this way? Yes, it is. Wonder what that was about. Yeah, there's a truck holding its horn down and someone in front of him. I don't know why. I couldn't see that far. But whatever it is, he was holding it for a while, so he was probably pissed off. Alright. Good fortune. Superhuman High Priest Byakuren Hijiri. Capable of using magic, mainly physical strengthening. To escape your suffering, you must abandon all desires. Merely devote yourself to this. Fortune. To achieve happiness, abandon your desires. If you expect nothing, you'll always be happy. Okay. Health. With your transcendent physical abilities, you'll never catch a cold. Work. Being an athlete, physical labor, or monk is auspicious. Studies. They'll improve overall. Physical education will significantly improve. Business. If you're greedy, you will fail. Home. Modest houses are good. Money. It'll come to you for some reason. If you become greedy, it'll go away. Oh, is that so? Love. Forbidden. Lost items. You'll lose your desires. Travel. Local cities are auspicious. Hobbies. Transcribing sutras and asking for alms will be auspicious. People. You'll drift apart because of your alms begging. Okay. Alright. Physical attacks are by far her specialty. So she's the most unmagician-like magician. She even rides a motorcycle. In the original story, she acts like an overly nice person, but that's probably because she's abandoned her human desires in the past. But she can get scary when she's mad. You can see a bit of that side in Foul Detective Satori. You can. She punches somebody. She throws Flandre through the roof. It's very funny. It's very funny. What a beautiful image. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Old lady. Old! Old! Well, if she old, I'm old. New Huju. Holy shit, they fucking magical girled the shit out of her outfit. Misfortune. Unidentified monster. Nue Hoju. Capable of making her true form unknown. You're asking what kind of animal my true form really is? That's an invasion of my privacy. Fortune. It is overall quite ominous, but there's an unidentified light within the chaos. Work. You'll be swamped with work. Being a scholar, politician, or religious figure is especially inauspicious. Being a spy is auspicious. Studies. It's all gibberish. Occult studies are auspicious. Travel. Space travel is good. Health. Hidden illnesses will remain hidden. Money. You'll take money from an unknown source and fall into a crisis. Marriage. There's a mysterious connection. Lost item. You'll lose even more. People around you will lose things more too. Hobbies. If it's a game where you trick people, you're unrivaled. Although Nue have the image of a monster with the head of a monkey, the limbs of a tiger, and the tail of a snake, the original Nue was a bird that couldn't be identified by its cry. It was said that hearing this unidentifiable cry was an ill omen. But if it's unidentifiable, how do you know it's a bird? In reality, it may have been something indescribable, just like her. Oh, okay. Look at this, man. Look at they magical girled the shit out of her. See, they got frills on her collar. They got frills. It's all, why do they do that? So much detail. They put so many frills on her. Alright, well, whatever. Her big old trident. I don't see the snake. It's there. It's curled there. Yeah, there it is. It's curled there. Monkey. She's got sharp teeth. Cool. Interesting design choice. I'll say that much. Hatate Himekaido. Alright. Alright, we'll do 3 more, chat. We'll get through the 3 fairies. And then we'll be on 13, I think. And that'll be the back half. Oops. It should just be those three, right? Because after 12.5 is 12.8. And that'll be those three. Yeah, we're going to hit 64. It's like a perfect breaking point. Slight fortune. Tengu writing articles in a kotatsu. Hatate hime kaido. A kotatsu article in Japan is Japan slang for a low-effort journalistic piece written without any original fieldwork. Just reporting on other reporting and social media posts online. In other words, an article that can be written from a kotatsu. Oh. Capable of using thoughtography. The time has come when you can learn everything about the world without leaving your home. Fortune. You're prone to being a shut-in. You're too worried about efficiency to move. Work. Any job you can't do from home is inauspicious. Being an essayist or writer is auspicious. Studies. Fairly good progress. The humanities in general are auspicious. Health. You'll tend to have neck and shoulder pain. Travel. Going anywhere is inauspicious. Staying at home is best. Love. The opportunity will never present itself. People. You can become friends with people you've never met in person. Lost items that are more likely in your house. Disputes, few. Hobbies. Take up photography and try going out. She's a Tengu who tends to be a shut-in. It's probably because she's realized it's more cost-efficient and time-efficient. She's so focused on efficiency that she never leaves her house. It seems she's fallen into a situation common with modern people. Well, you have to assume she has an internet connection. She has her magical, stupid phone. She never leaves her house. This right here is the modern fantasy, my guys. Look at this woman. Look at this woman. Look at her figure. And understand that she never leaves her house. This is not what women look like when they never leave their house. That's just not how this works. I hate this bullshit. You lie to me. You lie. The internet lies. Sunny Milk! Holy shit! Is that Makoto Hirasawa? Of course it is. Why would it not be him? Slight fortune. Mischievous sunlight fairy. Sunny Milk. Capable of refracting light. How come you're still sitting here when the weather is so nice? Are you dead? Fortune. Your energy will increase. As a result, you'll often get into painful trouble. Work. You'll demonstrate unexpected leadership even if you fail. You'll be forgiven. Studies. Give up. Optic studies are way better. Business. If you run a food stand, it'll be profitable. Health. Excellent. Your mental issues will go away. Love. Pranks will go well. Travel. There's fun nearby. Disputes. You're invincible in hide and seek. You'll lose at everything else. People. You'll be blessed with good friends. Lost items. It's hard to see what's right under your nose. Home. Rooms with large windows are auspicious. Hobbies. If you grow plants, they'll really grow. She's one of the three fairies. Although she often takes on a leadership role, all the three fairies are on equal footing. Fairies are the embodiment of nature and essentially immortal. In her case, she won't lose her powers until the sunlight can no longer reach her. If you think about how fairies can play pranks for a dizzying amount of time, don't humans seem much smaller? Look at her. She's so small. You know what? I think, oh, he didn't detail the suns on her sash and her sleeves. But, like, the other main sunny image that Makoto Hirasawa has, that's, like, the Eastern, or the Strange Creators one, her legs are curled up like a jump. And her legs are curled down like that. She really looks she's very petite. She's a very small creature when she's unwound. When she's balled up like that, she looks bigger than she is. But no, that's sunny size, all right. That's the fairies. Those are the fairies for you. Luna Child. Very slight fortune. Silent moonlight fairy, Luna Child, capable of muting surrounding noise. Most of the world looks more beautiful in the moonlight than it does in the sunlight. Fortune. Whatever happens, keep quiet and you won't run into trouble. Silence is golden. Studies. Difficult. You should read books. Work. Quiet environments are nice. Librarian and sound composer are auspicious. Health. Pretty good. Strongly influenced by the lunar cycle. Travel. By nights is recommended. Disputes. Of the 36 stratagems, the best is to flee. You can always escape. Expression that refers to the Chinese essay of political, wartime, and general strategies, specifically the quote, of the 36 stratagems of Lord Tan, retreat was his best. People, if you have friends, you'll be better able to take action. Home, small rooms are relaxing. Love, it'll go relatively well. Hobbies, reading is good. Bigger letters will make it easier to understand. She's one of the three fairies. Of the three, she's often the most cowardly. For a coward, she has the best ability. I think her ability comes from an association with the Sea of Tranquility. And that is Japanese. The Sea of Tranquility is written with a word meaning quiet or silent. Where Apollo 11 landed. Although the intensity of its light is on a whole different level, the sun is much further from humans compared to the moon. And we have Luna. Yeah, as expected. Didn't do the lunar cycle on the hem of her dress. Interesting choice, you know. Aside from that, you know, it's Makoto Hirasawa's Luna. What can you say? It's classic. And here's Star. I like how it's. I always get thrown off when 10 Desires starts and it's Kyoko. Kyoko's always the one that starts it. Because Yuyuko is not from 10 Desires. It's the last one, chat. Very slight fortune. Showering starlight fairy. Star sapphire. Capable of sensing living things. The night sky is dark because there are only a finite number of stars that can be observed. Fortune. You'll be too conscious of others and suffocate. Try not to worry about them. Work. Jobs that involve managing people are auspicious. Security guard, teacher, and nursery teacher are auspicious. Studies. Don't expect too much. You'll make decent progress in biology. Health. Good, but be careful of your mental health. Travel. Getting away from the city would be auspicious. Home. Chase out the rats. Love. Things will go surprisingly well. People. You don't trust many people other than your friends. Disputes. Prevent them before they happen. Hobbies. Stargazing and planetariums are ideal. Fortune telling isn't too bad either. She's one of the three fairies. Of the three, she's the one who often hangs back and watches from afar. Starlight is so dim that it's hard to detect, but most stars emit light on the scale of the sun. In a broad sense, sunlight and moonlight are both starlight. That's why she's the most broad-minded of the three. And we have... There she is. Yep. Once again, no star pattern, but it makes sense. She wears boots. You think that would make her my favorite, but no. My favorite is Sunny, followed by Luna, followed by Star. Specifically for the three fairies of light. Not like I don't like Star, but I like Sunny. Oh, goodness. Alright, well, there you go, you weasel boy. Alright, chat. So, bang. We're now here. Star Sapphire. And we'll be going next up. Kyoko Kasudani. Transition page. What is it? From Okina to... Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, so the written works characters are all put in the back. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Copyright page. Maybe the afterword will be done? I don't know. There's a comic, but there's no link to it. You know what's funny? The Grimoire of Usami had a comic that I didn't know about first time I read it. The first time I read the Grimoire of Usami comic was when I was working on the shipping video. And people were talking, like, that was the cited source for Seiya and Shimi shipping. And I was like, how? And then I found out that there was actually, like, a little manga that was made for for a couple parts to it. And I read them and I was like, oh, that's why. So this one has the same. It's 5 to 16 pages. And then 14, and then, like, 6 pages. I assume those are translated. I guess I would need a link to that. I would need a link to that next time to check them out. But yeah, there's no comic there. There's also a manga adaptation of Perfect Memento in Strict Sense that I've never read either. That is apparently, like, just kind of like I said, it's a bit of a representation of Aku writing the Chronicle as a manga. All right. But yeah, 3 hours, chat. Shocking, isn't it? There's a lot here. So far, pretty good. I don't think there's been anything super groundbreaking here. nothing that we don't really already kind of know, or it's mostly just for fun. But there's a couple things that Zuna has said that's been, when he's not being a pessimist. It's interesting to read about his insight on characters, like Koishi's relation to the Doraemon thing, which people probably already knew that anyway, but like I didn't know that was 100% like the reason why where Koishi's name comes from. I thought it was just kind of like, I don't even know what I describe it as. But yeah, for the most part, I think this is pretty great. Yeah, it's a fun little side book. A lot of different artists, and there's not really any new information. I prefer the Gensokyo Chronicle because the Gensokyo Chronicle talks about characters. I would like a Gensokyo Chronicle Part 3 that does extend from 14 onward, because we get more information on those characters. We lose some interesting potential stories and characterization from Aku's point of view for characters past 13, which is a shame. It's actually quite a shame. 14, 15, 16, 17. There's not as many, I suppose you could say, but instead we did this, which is still fine. This is fine. This is nothing wrong with this. It's got every character, but I would love another Aku book. I would love another Aku book detailing the characters past 13, so we can truly get a full Gensokyo like chronicle of all the current characters. Like we really catch up with the world kind of deal. That'd be nice. That would be nice, because I like Aku's embellishments and her general stories, and also how she does explain the world of Gensokyo a little bit in different places as well. I enjoy those books, and they have nice little pictures, and sometimes they have articles, and they have little bits of information like that too. So it's good. It's good lore. It's just good lore. Anyway, chat, hope you enjoyed. We have another set to do. We'll probably do that next week, finish it, and we will return to my chicken wings. Seems like a plan. I am really enjoying these. I can see why they took fucking forever, though, because, oh god, there's so much text. But I wonder if it was a little more interesting if the translators would be faster with it. But I do think it's pretty simple fun. I'm glad that it's translated to begin with. I'm glad they did it. Goodness me. So yeah, we'll finish this next week. Be prepared for that. Another 3-hour session.